5 seconds remaining. Radiant team ban. Dire team ban. Radiant team ban. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Dire team ban. Radiant team pick.
Oh, what? How could you say something about that? Like, Pasha? Are you kidding me? He's fantastic. And I was like, well, yeah, they're all good, but like, if you were to identify anybody on the squad replacing, but they're all good. I was like, well, they can't all be equally good, Alan. Somebody's got to go, and if it's going to be anybody, for me, it would have been Lil or Pasha. Sorry, that was just throwback conversation. I love Nahaz.
How could you say that?
How
could you say that?
I miss Nahaz. He brought a passion that nobody else could.
He is a great Div 2 player.
So yes, I agree with you in the fact that Pasha's maybe the one on the cusp there. I haven't seen like a ton of Roger lately, so you know
it's hard to tell because Roger, like much like Ramses will have refused to collaborate. Roger has a tendency to implode his own teams, judging by what they said about General and everything. So again, it's hard to judge if his playstyle is very affected by him pulling the puppets. No, by him having to deal with these situations. Like the Navi that he was playing at, when you watch him in close qualifiers, that team was falling apart, but it's not because the players seemed individually bad. They seemed like there's just a lot of behind-the-scenes stuff going on.
Play a game. Are they going to pick Maz? Are they going to pick Razor? Or are they going to pick a third surprise hero?
I'm going to pick Wraith King.
Wraith King? I'm so down.
I think it's going to be a Mars.
You're going to do another off-lane Wraith King. Are you guys down with this off-lane Wraith King meme?
Super down.
I mean,
we saw it last night, and I did not like it. And then I saw Liquid do it again, and I was like,
Who do we have for the interview that talked to us? It was Patushara played the Wraith King, but who was it?
Oh.
I forget, because they told us, oh yeah, we were prepared for Patushara Wraith King, right? Like, oh, he's been spamming it. I'm like, why? Like, oh, we weren't really, they picked it later.
That's not Wraith King.
It's funny how these memes like pop up. Like it's so obvious that there is like you could probably plot like a deadline if you actually were really close in the scene and scrims and information and stuff like that. Like it becomes some sort of pub meme, then it becomes a scrim meme, and then all of a sudden, all at once, it becomes an official game meme that like everybody's like doing it. And then all of a sudden we get blindsided by Wraith King, and then 2 days later it becomes mainstream.
It looked very bad in that match. Let me just say there was no selling point.
But hey, Liquid won with it. So
I'm just sad that VP's sniper didn't catch on.
That is what you sound like.
The carry sniper.
Yeah, pure's carry sniper. I was like, yo.
That was tight.
He owned.
That's still possible. I think it's like I think the Wraith King meme, seeing a lot of it. And I think it fits, like, I think people are picking in a lot of different things. I think the sniper specifically is like, oh, they have TB or Dusa, like.
I outrange their carry and I win.
Yeah.
I just like sniper.
Yeah.
I don't want to see Rick.
You'd rather have sniper?
Did you see his IM build? He just went omelet. He just carried from the like how at least go something baller like a meteor hammer.
Sai had an Sai did the same build. Armlet.
I can move it if I need to. If that's fine.
Yeah.
Still talking. This is me talking. Casting.
Yeah, that's exactly.
That was the exact build that Patushara went for.
Quite fun actually.
But that game was a very bad game for Wraith King, to be fair as well.
Some Europeans great. They just run at each other for 40 minutes and then we get.
We've got to start on the draft right now. Kunkka plus Zane. Good combination maybe for lane if you want to play carry. Kunkka very popular, and the Weaver Queen of Pain. Why the Queen of Pain so early?
But
honestly, I don't know. Maybe it's just something they're really comfortable with, like we saw in the
can
last
adjust
series.
it if I need to. It's right underneath
I mean,
me,
we know
so
VP loved
no
picking their
problems on
Queen of
that.
Pain early. It's
Still
what they
talking.
like.
That's fine.
That could just be the same thing here. Because like personally, when I look at the matchups of the heroes,
It sounds fine to me.
I'm not like too keen on it. Kunkka, obviously great hero with long range catch.
10 seconds
Bane
remaining.
similarly can set up for anyone.
Right, I
with
guess
stun
I'll
to
speak as well.
help kill Queen of Pain.
Lorem
5
ipsum is
seconds
simply
remaining.
dummy text of the printing and typesetting
true.
industry.
Yeah,
Lorem
team
ipsum
one.
has been the industry standard dummy
So I don't
text
know.
ever
I mean,
since the
there's just a way that
1500s.
it probably just
When
fits
an
into, like,
unknown
what they wanna
printer
do.
took a galley
If
of
they wanna
type
pick,
and scrambled
like,
it to
carry
make
that's, like,
a
little
type
back, or a carry
specimen
or
book.
an offlane, sorry,
It
that
has
wants to farm
surprised
for a little
not
bit more, and you
only
can
survived
snatch
not
that
only
sort of
5
tempo with a
centuries, but
nice
also the
Queen of
leap
Pain,
into
you can go
electronic
around,
typesetting,
make
remaining
kills on the map.
essentially
10
unchanged.
seconds remaining.
It was
So yeah, I don't know.
popularized in
That's
the
probably what they're thinking.
1960s with the release of
Just like to
Five
play
seconds
Letra set
remaining.
sheets
I like Fantastic Five more
containing
because
lorem ipsum
the pros
passages, and more
control
recently with
ranges
desktop
could
publishing
like
software like Aldous
carry, and they're just like-
PageMaker, including
I don't know,
versions
I just
of
like it a little
lorem
bit more.
ipsum.
We've obviously broken though.
I see your point. I think the Queen of Pain is just, like, I agree, is a bit of a comfort pick. I mean, the Press Kid's a really good Queen of Pain. He is their star mechanical play, I'd say. Regardless of how good the other ones are, the Press Kid was incredible at Empire last season. It was really, really good. But usually he was, you give him the Invoker, the Queen of Pain, that's a style, right? The Pucks, that's what he plays, the Void Spirit. And I think Queen of Pain is one of his
Also-
better scaling heroes. So if you want him to
10
be like a slightly
seconds
win
remaining.
If anyone
condition,
can hear me, hopefully
he's a
you
good
can hear me,
TA, for
'cause that would be
example.
very
That's
important.
dead, right? So that you don't really have too many of
5
these
seconds
mid lanes that can
remaining.
all scale. Queen of
Video
Pain
Ninja Call,
up in the
do
up
we
and up in that
mute
sense.
that
Maybe that's also
once
part of
we're
it.
in game?
Really
Because
enjoy
obviously we
seeing the
don't want
Queen
the
of
game
Pain
started
build
twice,
coming out,
right?
like the Kaya
Maybe mute that
shard
once the panel's
thing,
done.
yeah,
I
'cause-
don't know.
I mean, you have that build, you also have the ability to
production,
go
people
Orchid
doing
if
it
you
for me
want.
is really strange.
I'm not
in
sure
fact.
how much I want to see it
I
against
was turning on
Fantastic Five. I
OBS,
think
like
she's too
I had
squishy if she
OBS
does
and
that.
Tiny IO going just before people ping me
Nyx
because I was
Assassin,
just so used to
for
opening
once
that.
not
10
against
my own
OD.
seconds
team.
I
remaining.
think it's good
Like,
against
it's-
we Quap.
Doing it for you, you know?
Yeah, it is.
5 seconds remaining.
Still questionable to me whether or not this is legit or why
But yeah, the in-game audio is a
warranting.
thingy.
One other note about the Kunkas, I was scrolling through, I've
How are you doing
only
anyway?
see
Because
carry Kunkas.
Uh,
Drafted early, but every
wait for
single
me.
time you have the
Just-
versatility, but every single. So that could be another reason that CIS reject. For some reason they flop a lot against carry Kunkas.
Radiant team pick. Dire.
Not gonna see that orc.
Got a Rubik here, Rubik 5, then they move the Weaver.
Alright,
But
that's... Yeah, I was thinking... Okay, so when I was talking about Queen of Pain being like a faster tempo, like mobile mid hero,
well,
in
we
my
always have the
mind I was
second
thinking
series.
of offlaners like Beastmaster.
10
Then I
seconds
ruled it
remaining.
out because I was like, do they really want to pick Beastmaster into Kunkka safe lane? Because he's one of the nice
5
carries that can
seconds
deal with him in
remaining.
lane. But like, they picked it, so I will expand on my thought. Beastmaster is a hero that the way he plays in his game is that he likes to sit in his lane, potentially get help from the mid, and then they take the tower. And then what he does is he occupies the enemy jungle because he's very strong and able to do that. He has loads of summons,
I went and got a
especially
haircut
against
as well,
Nyx and
'cause it
Bane.
was
I think
just
it's
a
an
map.
absolutely
It was
incredible
tiny, but I
hero.
wasn't
Like,
doing it.
both of them suffer so badly against Beastmaster. So he's going to be able to play like that. And it means that he can just take that space on the map, and then
Radiant
Queen of Pain
team
can do
back.
whatever she wants around it. She can come to him when he feels like his timing's right. He can like move to her on mid lane, take the mid tower there. Like, I just think these two heroes are really good together.
love your point, and I wanted to expand on it because earlier we talked about Beastmaster being a high win rate hero. I've been noticing this trend across all regions that Beastmaster has been an answer to this new trend of these lane winning
10
carries like Kunkka and
seconds
Razor.
remaining.
Because as you mentioned, he will take your tower no matter what. If some other offlaners will get
seconds
pushed out of
remaining.
lane, will take too long to take tower, they can't expand the map, they need a lot of help. Beastmaster with Helm, doesn't matter if the lane didn't go too well, as long as the Helm comes around the same time,
Dire
you will
team
dominate that
ban.
area of the map at one point.
Radiant
Really, really
team
strong.
ban.
And a lot of teams are doing that both against Kunkka and Razor, even though the lane matchups are like bad, honestly, for both. So that's something that's we've seen a resurgence of, and could be the reason for the high win rate.
This is not that good of a timber. Right?
Is the idea to
Looks
maybe
difficult.
10
to prevent what
seconds
Sheeple said,
remaining.
but you rotate the timber saw bottom and you can kind of protect with him?
5 seconds
I feel like you can
remaining.
do that with Kunkka though,
Yeah, I agree.
a little bit. I
Or
mean,
you can have the Tide, for example, does the same thing and better.
yeah.
I just think like Quap, Rubik are both heroes against Timbersaw. Rubik steals, if he ever steals Chakram, right? He's got like a big pure too, which feels really good.
Mm.
Quap had lots of burst damage and isn't threatened by Timbersaw ever. I think Weaver doesn't really care about Timbersaw at all.
So doesn't
Don't like
see
it.
his carry matched up. Not that you necessarily need to, but the only thing I'm thinking about is that if Conquer is safe
Dire
lane and he's
team
playing
ban.
his Beastmaster, then what CIS rejects will attempt to do is bring heroes,
Radiant
whether that's
team
like
pick.
Weaver and Rubik or Queen of Pain, and they want to kill you, dive your tower, because otherwise he's just going to sit there continually pushing out, and it's going to be really hard for Beastmaster to push in without help. So something that's nice to have in that
Dire
scenario
team
is
pick.
a hero that can TP in and punish overextensions. So maybe Timbersaw with 6 is the hero that can do that. I would have maybe liked something else, but I don't really know what fits the bill in the off lane at least. I think Timbersaw's pretty alright for doing it.
Not with
Carry,
Luna though.
range, does magic. Saw doesn't like.
10 seconds
That's a
remaining.
really rough Timber side.
Mini
Because
stun as well against Timberchain.
5 seconds remaining.
I'm curious if CIS rejects want to play Weaver or Rubik as 5. I know Aiden likes to play Rubik 5 on Liquid.
that's true. That's true. Aiden is insane. Yeah, for those that you don't.
Oh,
That's
sorry.
cool.
My bad.
Yeah.
I'm so
Wow,
sorry.
look
Oh
at
no,
this.
please don't do
Knows
this.
the person.
No, don't do it to me.
Uses their real name.
I
yeah.
was introduced to him as Aiden, so I've literally never thought of him in my
Yeah, I
brain
call
like
him
that.
Aiden,
Shut
just
up!
'cause we
I
know
hate
each
you.
other in
I
real life.
no.
We're cool like that. It's fine. I feel like a fair number of people.
Thanks a
I
lot.
feel like a lot of people call them Aiden.
I just like to clarify because not all of us are so
Yeah,
privileged.
no, it's.
And we're not.
I've never met that man in my life. Don't associate me with him. All right. Fantastic 5 needs something.
You may now select.
That's- okay.
That's not the something I would look for.
Who's
A Darkseer
their
mid?
I was about to say, who's their mid?
No, it's Timbers.
Okay.
Timbersaw
Sure.
mid, good against Klopp.
I mean,
I don't know.
theoretically, just Shadow Strike, you heal it through, right? Shouldn't be too difficult. You can last hit creeps and you just ignore co-ops as like a farming lane.
I mean, it's a good Darkseer pick.
I mean, he fits the bill of the DK kind of hero that Queen of Pain hates playing against, right? Too much
Mhm.
regen, I can't harass him too much. Like, I mean, again, I've never seen this matchup, but I presume, right?
Maybe just Timbersaw with Iron Shell on him is going to be able to just run at these heroes and kill them. But as a balanced lineup, I think CIS Rejects is way better. Their ability to take over the map with Beastmaster, Queen of Pain helping do that, and then Luna is their death ball carry with that early game timing that allows them to just go get rush and go end the game. Bugs on Weaver, easy rush, easy game. Like their lineup looks to me way more well-rounded and solid with an actual clear synergy idea. It feels like Fantastic 5 just keep picking heroes to like try and save whatever's happening there. I don't know.
Cap.
I ignore the middle heroes of Fantastic 5. Realm and Supernova better carry the hell out of this game for their team.
Okay, not much faith in Fantastic 5, but will we still get a fantastic game between them and CIS Rejects? We'll have to see. For this, we have two fantastic casters in Robin Roll and Windblade.
Yes, thank you for that. Coming into this game, looking at past performances here, we've seen CIS Rejects in the D2CL as well as going through the DPC. They're just absolutely destroying everything. They're looking a little bit more. I don't know, around the edge.
Prepare for
I
battle.
haven't been watching too many pubs, but I have watched quite a few CIS Rejects games in general. And although they're looking decent, they're still looking a little bit shaky. Like, I'm seeing some execution errors, some individual things, and it leaves me slightly worried for the Rejects. But of course, it does open up some nice opportunities for the Fantastic 5 to come back into this group stage. Maybe the upper side of things.
Well, looking at this game, so we've got ourselves a Luna carry here on CIS Rejects as well. And coming up against the Conqueror's been building popularity. And just two heroes against each other. Who do you think is going to come out on top? Because we saw Conqueror's absolutely delete heroes like Levian Chaucer. So maybe look at that damage against heroes like the Weaver and Rubik here. But how can CIS Rejects control the fights and just keep them away from these squishy heroes?
You know, there is a very good solution for this. It is a solution very specific to Dota 2, and it's called a Black King bar. And it really tends to help with maneuverability in fights. I know this is rare to see among carries. It's actually a really good underrated item.
Well, they're gonna get themselves up. It's just gonna be two bouncer runes each. It looks like. Quick pause. As well, I've got rid of this for games, but it looks like it is still prevalent in pros. So there is some FPS issues. Hopefully that won't take too long to get ourselves up. So yeah, looking at both of these lineups here, what do you think the power spike's going to be for both sides? You talked about Kunkka really come online at the 20-minute mark. Is that something CIS Rejects needs to play around, or do you think they have a lineup here that's super powerful that it doesn't matter when the Kunkka comes online?
Usually I would say that a Beastmaster lineup is going to have a similar power spike. Because once Beastmaster gets that Helm of the Overlord, that is when he really wants to start getting active on the map. But looking at these lineups, I feel like there is a little bit more leniency for the rejects. Because they do have the Luna and Queen of Pain, which are in their own right just extremely powerful late game heroes. Luna maybe not as much, especially against the Darkseer, who I have in the past seen completely demolish Lunas with Aghanims plus normal punch. But I do think that even with that, just having a Beastmaster Quap Luna is going to be enough for them to take the late game. So not too much time pressure on CIS Rejects, and definitely some pressure on Fantastic 5 to make things happen.
Okay, well, Kunkka going to be dancing himself into the lane. Mid lane, we've got ourselves Presskit up against Marine. And look at this line. We talked about this before, actually, a couple of times. The Timbersaw against Queen of Pain, you said there was no real lane when it comes to this. Is that still what you feel, or do you think that maybe one hero has the edge? Because you have seen Timbersaw's force Queen of Pains out of the lanes.
Radiant's courier has been killed.
I mean, both heroes are still gonna farm. I don't think there is a lot of kill potential, but looking at what Timbersaw wants to achieve and why you would pick a Timber on mid, I think Quap comes out on top. Because you kind of want to pick Timber to bully people. And I don't think you can really bully a Quap unless she completely messes up and like goes for a level 6 build without Blink or something.
Okay, well, at the minute the top lane, it looks like it's going to be Kunkka just having an alright time. You know, the Fade Bolts are going to start to come through onto Realm, so Realm might not have an as easy a time as he wanted to here, but just being able to sit back with the Tidebringer, you know, it's not going to put him in too much danger. It means that he's not going to be in danger of getting ganked from the boards coming up with the Beastmaster here as well. Realm, as well as Dayra. How do you try and evolve this lane? Is it going to be the normal going into the jungle stacks, or do you think he sticks around on this lane a little bit longer?
I think he sticks around. Right now he takes a good amount of damage from Boas and harassment, but as soon as he gets his Helm of Iron Will, it's gonna be pretty much fine. And I would say that usually the longer a Beastmaster lane goes on, the harder it's gonna be for Beastmaster's opponent. I don't think that's true in this case, because Tidebringer gets way stronger. Well, the cooldown gets reduced and the damage gets increased, so dealing with Boas actually gets easier over time.
Okay, and the bottom lane as well. We're going to see an Impel coming through here, but it looks like FNG is going to be fine. Ramsey's stepping up top lane. Roger's going to get pretty down low. Did he have enough to do it here? Was that Brain Sap any damage to follow up? Doesn't look like it actually, and well, Rubik will be out fine. For now. Roger, solve himself, come back to this lane. Torrent does go on to Pasha. He's just going to walk a big tanky boy, and again, he's going to be looking towards his own Helm of the Dominator, which shouldn't be too far out.
Yeah, it's just another, I mean, 1300 gold or something. Pretty close.
Yeah, in the grand scheme of things, it's not too far up. Bottom lane, I think he'll chase away. Looks like Darkseer's going to be taking a lot of damage, not enough on the kill potential, so he's going to be able to surge himself out. Fade Bolt comes through on the top lane now. Roger, Tidebringer doing a lot of damage. Roger. Even the early levels, Roger needs to be about how far forward he comes on this. Just because if Realm gets the angles off, you know, Roger could be within kill range really quickly. It looks like Presskit in mid lane, as well as Marine. Just trade out here. And then so as well as Queen Pain. Just keep it fairly even, it looks like.
I mean, Depressed Kid is on the road to going for a no blink level 6 build. But I have a feeling he's gonna get it at level 5 most likely.
Okay, and let's see what can he do on this bottom lane to try and get gang potential here? Because considering the Nyx assassin and Darkseid, does Ramses ever feel threatened on this lane?
I think so. If he oversteps his bounds for a moment and you have double Iron Shell ticking away at you, you can definitely die.
Sorry, on the top lane, just watching as it looks like Bird's blood will go away. Dare though, it's brain to watch you. Yeah, sorry, back to the bottom lane. You know, so what we're going to do here now as well, looks like he's going to be able to get himself out of this. Looks at the back of the F and will get killed onto the Nyx assassin. Going to take tower shots as well, dumping over on his own. Supernova.
That is what you sound like. Hello, friend.
Is that a BM pause? That's the question.
Hello, friend.
I mean, you know, the spam on the friend line, so this is all friendly. It's all good.
At least that's spamming voice lines in an allied chat to tilt your team instead of the enemy. That is acceptable.
Yeah, it looks like Realm is sitting on top of the last hit here with, the Timstar as well as the Conquer around 26, so he's keeping even with the Luna. Asking about the time, he said the CIS sounded really too fast because they can. And we've seen these games so late, you know what, we a minimum of 50 minutes on every CIS game we've watched.
Yep.
Something like that. Spike Carapace comes out. We're going to get a pause.
Could be a dead Nyx. He is in very deep. He already used his Carapace. He needs to hit his Impale on Luna, but even then I'm not sure if he survives. Even Vacuum is on cooldown.
Didn't see that coming, did you?
Pretty spooky.
Much like your head, lacking a point.
I mean, Surge is there. He's got also the
That is what you sound like.
Oh, wow.
That is what you sound like.
I mean, I suppose he could. I'm going FNG here as well.
Maybe with the Surge it's gonna be enough. I don't know, but it's just 3 seconds and Shikuchi is 4 seconds and also max movement speed. I think if Ramses gets in 2 hits, Nyx is dead. If he doesn't, Nyx survives. That's my official Wingblade certified prediction.
Okay, well, we'll see.
The pattern is complete!
Yeah, look at this. Looking across both leagues, CIS rejects are top of the board on the DPC. They're up there on the DPC as well, so they're looking pretty strong. How do you think Fantastic 5 go about stopping this? Coming into the mid to late game, is their power spike completely going to be on the Conqueror, or do they look further to the Timbersaw? Because we usually see the Timbersaw in the early game impact hero, looking around the kills. But on the mid lane, is that something that the Timbersaw is going to be looking for?
I think mid lane and off lane Timbersaw function very similarly. Where they just want to abuse their strong laning and then try to carry that momentum.
Oh, Nyx will go down. Stops in his tracks. Nothing killed her.
FNG taking all the kills. Classic position. What is he even this game? 5? 4?
5? Yeah.
I mean, I guess it's somewhere in between because he's a Weaver and Roger is a Rubik, so he's gonna get kills and farm anyway.
Price taking a little bit of pressure here from the Timbersaw. Coming through Chakram now as well. The Price, like you say, he's not going for the blink. He's actually level 6. He doesn't have any point into the blink. So can't get himself away from that out and comes out. He's just going to take chip damage coming through. Meanwhile, in the bottom part of the map, FNG has gone in deep.
The Pressed Kid does have a skill point still. Ah, okay. No skills up blink. Wolf is another one of those heroes where it's really nice to save up some skill points and then depending on what you need, skill up abilities. If you need a blink or an ulti to throw out.
Invisibility!
We'll be able to do just a little bit of sacks in the jungle. Looking at the bottom, it looks like Ramses has been left alone.
Radiant's middle
pretty
tower
much
is under attack.
Well, okay, there's going to be a rotation in from Weaver. He's moving himself back over. But yeah, Ramsey's been left alone for some solo XP. It looks like it's going to be the Dragonlance coming out here. For Ramsey's already got himself a double band of elf skins coming through here as well. It looks like they might be able to, this one comes out now as well. Nick's going to be able to do that. That's banger available. He does. Yeah, just look at it. Just from FNG's position, what, 4.5, let's call it. So Nick's will be able to get himself away. But
just a casual 400 damage with like no mana or HP commitment. Seems pretty good.
Yeah. And the Weaver as well, he's already took the down. So this is the build that we see on the Weaver. Do you think he can score I think he'll do onto Roger. With that bow, good showing there for Realm. But yeah, do you think the Weaver goes for some sort of crest, or is it going to be just straight into the axe for the Weaver?
I think we could see the Spirit Vessel, because he's against Timber Cell.
Yeah.
And reducing that healing is really valuable. I think he has time to go for an item before Aghanims, because I don't think they're gonna get pressured so hard that they're gonna have to desperately win like 25-minute teamfights. So he's gonna have a little bit of time to play around, go for some wacky builds.
And it looks like he's getting a bit of space. Roger's doing some D-ward and getting some stacking done. As well, Luna's already in the jungle looking to stack. Ramsey's already moved himself there, Dragonlance. But rotation round, are they going to be able to make a move onto the Beastmaster in the top lane? Timbersaw is here. Realm does not pull for 13 seconds. He's going to have the mana for it now as well. He's going to get the in. Pasha, X-Mark spot comes out through the wall onto the Kunka. Going to throw up the times for everything he was trying to throw through there as well with the Torrent. Will it still come through? Pasha probably not even going to be needed. Pasha's going to get really low. Goes down to Dara, picking up another, not easy, but well-earned kill there on the side of F5.
Pasha already got his HOD, nothing of value was lost.
Yeah, it's only going to slow him down for what, 20 seconds or so when he TPs himself back to the top lane. It looks like the bottom, I think Supernova's already used that for 13 seconds. He's going to try and go here, FNG put the vacuum. Didn't make a really well play there for FNG. To know when he was diving, just a little bit too far.
It's so tempting to run into melee range with the Shikuchi.
Speaking about running into melee range, runs right up to the next assassin using that Sakuchi, and it looks like it's going to be a lot of damage to the next, going to bounce around now as well with the Moonblades. 3 points. Wall does come down, maybe just as a little bit of deterrent and non-actual engagement for Fantastic 5.
Just a zoning wall. Didn't even mean to hit that one.
Just a casual zoning wall, you know.
To be fair, wall is actually quite annoying to hit when you don't have vacuum, so I can't even flame Supernova.
Top lane, might be able to make a bit of a grid. Yeah, Torrent's going to be on that. He's going to use one damage will still be there from Dara once again. As it looks like we're going to get ourselves a carry Bane. Looking up these the 4-0-0 on Dara so far.
Pasha 0 and 2 now. I guess this is why Cap wanted to kick him.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Feels bad, man.
And FNG's moving himself around, so there's going to be a free lane on the bottom lane, but Pasha coming back from the top lane now as well. The Roar is available. Do you think we try and make a move with the Swarm as well as Force? Try and make... Just dive into the enemy jungle, maybe look for Dara, look for the Beastmaster. Sorry, for the Conquer from the Beastmaster.
The Beast definitely wants to take the tier 1 first.
Yeah.
You don't want to go for any kind of rotations before you've secured the tier 1. Afterwards, the jungle opens up and that's when you can start being a bit more aggressive. For now, he's just gonna be a pushy boy. And similar thing is true for
Radiant's
F5.
bottom tower is under attack.
Yeah, they are putting pressure onto this bottom tier 1. As it looks like even the Timbersaw rotation over here, Supernova as well as Timbersaw, to be able to deal with this tier 1 tower bottom lane. Do they just carry on going, put that pressure on the map here? Seems like they want to try and group up as 5. Fantastic 5. And is this kind of now, even when these teams down, they want to try and group for a team fight, try and force Luna out the jungle earlier. FNG comes up in 3 heroes. He's got the Sakuchi, don't really have the reveal. So FNG just gets out. 100% calculated there for FNG moving through.
Double damage. Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Roger, I think gets through the boat.
Oh, that is quite nice. Especially for these early team fights.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
It's a really nice steal there. It looks like... Nah, there is no way Ramses wants to fight here, right? He has 2 points in Lucent Beam and no Eclipse.
You never know. They are looking to... I mean, they see Realm. Realm's going to be taking a couple of tower shots here. Depressed Kid has that double damage rune. It is about 2/3, 3/4 of the way through now. So, maybe not, but... I think it's just playing protected, right? If Fantastic Five tried to make a dive on this tier 1, then you have most of the team around to help and protect and rub the damage out. As you can see, FNG on the bottom lane there as well. He's just trying to do his best to keep the pressure off onto this tier 2 tower, but it looks like Fantastic Five in the mid. They do want to go into this tier 1 tower now. The creep's going to be pulled behind. Preskin was the rest of the team. They are stacking up onto this. You might see the Weaver though. The pings are going to be coming through. No Sentry to spot him. The Rovers come out now. Is it going to be enough damage? It's going to be put onto the cover himself. Sonic Wave. They're going to be able to get the kill. Wall gets dropped. Is he going to be able to do anything more with the Phoenix? But now Roger's going to be impaled. He's going to have the damage taken down. Roger looks like he might be able to get himself away the charge. No, super early just gets to get damage. But Ramsey's he's chasing forward. Depressed. There's going to be enough damage to take down too. Can he make it through? Dayrod's going to try and TP himself away. This creature comes out. Do they have enough damage to take him down? Will be able to get himself away there. Marina on the back lines. There's going to be the Nightmare onto the Luna just to try and stop him in his tracks. And well, the tower
is very worrisome for F5. These are the fights that they want to be winning so they can get momentum to actually finish the game, because they don't really have pushing heroes. Which means that if they're not super far ahead, they're never going to be able to push. And currently they're 4k behind, so I wouldn't say they're very far ahead at all.
No, not with Luna as well as the Queen of Pain sitting on the top of the network chart. Ramses, I'm pretty sure this was like a 3 or 4 stack on the Ancients as well. So he's just going to be going straight towards that BKB after the Dragonlance coming through and the Asher there as well for Ramses, which is some early fight potential, which we just saw. And then the BKB, it just signals that CIS rejects, they're going to be comfortable taking these fights pre-20 minutes, massive item like you'd say on the Luna.
Yeah, for sure. Their execution there was really crisp, so if they can keep starting the fight by killing a core before he gets off any spells, I have full confidence that they can take fights, even against a Timber and a Kunkka that are supposed to be really strong at this point in the game.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
On the bottom lane, might be able to go into the press kit here. Was that X-Max ball will come on press kit? He's going to get some away from this at the same time.
Radiant's middle tower has fallen.
Just time that one perfectly. Now the swarm coming through. Timbersaur's going to try and chase onto this high 5, even being thrown out from press kit.
They really needed that kill.
Yeah.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Well, in the dire jungle, it's not even inside the jungle, passionate. Just looking for him. He's going to be able to get the Helmet Dominator out pretty early going towards the Overlord. That's not going to be too far away. As well as Rubik, as well as Luna. Move it. Do you want to try and press pressure on tier 2 tower on top lane? With the balls, with the Helmet Dominator, when Ramses having these bombs and Moonblade, is this the time that you maybe look to take this tier 2 tower?
I don't think you fully commit, but just by being here, you're putting pressure on the map, which means that eventually someone's gonna have to come defend, and then you can make a play somewhere else or potentially get a kill. I don't think you really fully commit to a push. Just stick around here and make sure that the enemy has to respond at some point. And that is exactly what F5 is gonna do. Let's see who they run into first. It's so hard.
3 months.
How do you invade a Beastmaster's jungle? And he has vision everywhere, and the moment you do, they just walk into Roche.
It's not even his jungle. It's the jungle. But yeah.
This is Beastmaster's jungle.
Beastmaster's alone. Luna has her jungle. Beastmaster has his. It looks like they're trying to go Ramses does pick up that kill. Prescott even taking down the next assassin with that wave. And now, taking you smooth, march into Roche. Don't even need to do this fight. FNG's not being in team. In the mid. And that's free Roche going away from CIS rejects.
Courier has been killed.
I have criticized them in the past for having a sloppy early game, but this looks crisp as hell. The way they use the map is pretty beautiful to look at right now.
Yeah, and we've he did go for that spirit, like I said, top lane. If you try and make a move here, the hill comes out just to be on the balls. The Hawk scouting out well, so it looks like fantastic move himself away, and FNG just going to be this bottom lane. Not contested. Okay, Timbersaul's moving down now. So there might be a little bit of FNG though. He'll be able to get himself away from this. He has time up as well. There's no lockdown onto the Timbersaul because he went for the Kaya and not the Yules.
Even with the Yules, this Timber is kind of useless at this point. He's lost his early game advantage, and he isn't even that farmed right now, so you can't do the classic Timbersaul thing where you just sit in a lane and wait for them to respond, because if they respond, you actually die.
Speaking about response,
so, relatively tanky melee creep.
Realm has himself the Shadow Blade. Looks like he's going to go towards the Silver Edge here on the Kunkka.
Might as well just buy a rapier.
Is that your official advice? Do we put
I think so, yeah. Like, you need to make a crazy move, because CIS rejects are in a flow, and if this flow keeps going, they're just gonna lose further and further.
He might look down for no. Still gets the top to do the reveal. I think he'll come down for the night. Do enough damage. That's the 4-hero rotation for a position 5 Weaver.
Yep, and Pasha's just farming in the jungle. Ramses is farming mid. The Crest Kid is also farming in the jungle, so by killing Weaver, I think they actually lost gold.
Luna. It's going to be the BKB. What's its strength to the Chrysalis? So that's exactly how the Crest Kid ages get popped. With the play being this is going to be a death of the next. No, despite Carapace as well as the Tarn keeps both done. And Nyx just going to be able to himself out with less than 200 health. In fact, he's still taking down. How did he go down to this?
Oh, goodness.
I was right.
Even with the Tranquil Boots.
Yeah.
I guess this is why you buy Kaya and Sanj plus double null tally.
Hacks fly through. There is going to be a big rotation from here. Is he going to be able to take the rock? It's through. Going to connect to the right. Back. They do get the point of pain. FNG has been revealed by the dust. There's going to be any follow-up class. It looks like Roger wants Stone. It's going to be infill. Good one infill coming through from the Rubik.
This is what happens when I start praising people. Maybe I should get back to flaming. Ramses going for a Silver Edge now. Nice, I mean, just a nice item for everything. If you want everything as a carry, you just buy a Silver Edge. It has damage, attack speed, mobility. Ah, it's so good.
Do you think this
even the break is insane against the Timber and Kunkka?
Do you think it's going to get changed? Do you think it's going to get changed in the next big balance? Because it does feel way too strong at the minute.
Yeah, I am pretty certain it's going to get changed. Maybe we'll even see another overhaul. Because Icefrog hasn't really figured out what he wants with this item just yet. If you look at the changelog of the build-up and the effects, it's all over the place.
Clear as clean water.
But now it looks like... Well, Realm's going to move himself down. He's already picked up his own Silver Edge. So like we talked about, it's decent amount of damage, the attack speed coming through as well. Press Kid. Okay, we're just going to get a quick pause. Hopefully it won't be too long. But yeah, looking at these builds here, it's 8-8, but there's an 8k net worth lead on the side of CIS Rejects, item-wise as well. There's a little bit because the net worth from the Luna, it's only about 3k in between. Looking at the win percentage, it's going 69% in favor of CIS Rejects. So you know, some nice figures there for us to But yeah, the Luna's actually going to change. Go for on Ramses. Is this something that you think Does that really make a difference? Because the break, like you say, would be nice on the timber saw. But is the daedalus just a more appealing option here? What's the play? Why is he changing his mind from Silver to the daedalus?
So the daedalus is a bit nicer with his shard, which he did pick up. And break is very nice if timber is actually a threat in fights. But I believe that this timber would die before he even gets like 15 stacks of his reactive armor. So in this case, break isn't as good as it would be if it was like a really farmed timber saw standing between your tier 2 and tier 3. But it would still be nice. It's just not as nice this game, I think.
Speaking about the timber saw, he's not actually going to go for the bloodstone. It looks like he's got himself the Karen Sand. Is that just some easy survivability here for him? Because like you say, he's 2-1-2, but he is prone to having to engage, have himself in the mix. So he doesn't want to kill off too quick. Going to a lob after. Does Timber Saw now just need to worry about the survivability?
Dire are scanning.
He always needs to worry about the survivability in this game. There is so much stun and damage on the side of this Radiant lineup. Like, no item is gonna make you that huge threat that is unkillable.
Yeah.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
You need to play a little bit differently. Of course, you still want to buy tankiness items, because if you go all out damage, you just get one shot. But you're gonna have to play a little bit more defensive.
Okay. And the push coming in on top now as well. We can see second CIS rejects just wanting to put pressure on. Isn't a possible TPs. There's going to be a smoke rotation from Fantastic Fire as well. I'm going to be able to take anyone out though. Roger is pretty far forward. What's he stole? I should have been the Tim Chain. So, okay, not the most amazing spell you could have taken from the Timber Saw. It's not the worst.
It is one of the most fun spells to steal though.
A bit of a Spider-Man roleplay going on in Dota game. Yeah, I can see that.
And this is Dota's version of a grappling hook, and grappling hooks are fun in any situation.
Wouldn't the hook shot be our grappling hook?
I guess they're similar. The Timber Chain works on like terrain, and hookshot works on heroes, so it's two sides of the same coin.
So depends if you want a really offensive grappling hook, or just a utility grappling hook. There's going to be a 4-man rotation, 5-man rotation with the smoke as well as the silver coming through from the Kunkka. I think it'll be able to find anyone though, because it looks like Ramsey's
strange timing.
I think it's probably still a little bit off the mark. Do you think it's kill onto Lulu though? FNG, he's going to get himself away. There's no just reveal on FNG. So it was only Ramsey's that went down.
You see, sometimes you just need to do unpredictable stuff.
Dire's
because
top tower
Roche
is under attack.
is not up. There isn't really a clear objective to take. Nyx was like 200 gold away from his blink. Kunkka didn't have his BKB yet, and that is when CIS Rejects didn't expect F5 to come, so that's when they came.
Yeah, and I mean, how can you expect your enemy to know what you're doing if you don't really know what you're doing in these matches? No,
I wouldn't go that far, but...
Okay, they have fun.
I do think the gist is correct there. Kunkka closing into his BKB. Ooh, Pasha needs to be careful, but he does have a sentry.
Yeah, big long rotation coming through from the next assassin, who's actually just got the tome in a stash his backpack. So not using that just yet. Does he want to push forward here? Pasha the sentry. It doesn't come past the second set of trees. So if he does come forward, you can see he is just hanging around the sentry. He's not putting himself at risk. Waiting for the rest of his team to rotate in as Ramsey's pushing the pressure onto the bottom lane. Just a little bit of push there coming CIS Rejects on the bottom lane. But 4 heroes stacking up. In fact, they've got this really deep observer. I saw the Nyx before he blinked away.
Mm-hmm. The lead has actually decreased a little bit right now. So F5 finding the farm somehow. With the BKB on Kunkka, they could actually take a fight potentially.
Roche is up as well. You can see both teams. They are starting to around this top half of the map. But the big man is there. You want to try and make a move on him. Pasha just moves himself away from the torrent. He's going to Sakuchi. How's he looking here? It's going to be the sword so not straight into the axe as well. It looks like he wants to go for the shot, but if he keeps the shot, he's going to be doing a lot of damage. Now the chase he's the last coming through. The question marks CIS rejects. That was a really nice fight. Well, Roger. Down to 10 health, but still survives through that. Nobody in the CIS rejects got taken out. 5 white and Fantastic five. How did the what's the reply to this? Because CIS rejects, they're just taking everything they want away from the other side of the map.
You want to hear the honest reply?
Lie to me.
Okay. I think they still need that rapier on Kunkka. Because I don't think they're gonna be winning any fair 5v5 fights anytime soon. So either they need to consistently outplay CIS rejects and read their every move and make sure you respond appropriately to every single map movement, or you need to buy a rapier and hope you win 2 fights in a row. Yeah. But again, rapier would still be very far away, and I'm not sure if he has the time to farm it up.
No, he did. Does opt for the more sensible option, and that's the time. I say more sensible. It's the less fun option.
That's pretty rude, Rob.
It's less fun because the bird comes through on the wall. The back assassin Nick. Not going to be able to get that spike. Carpus off. Pasha does claim the kill. So I think 4 out of 5 heroes started CIS rejects with the Agnum shard. Beastmaster, Luna, Roger picks his up. Queen of Pain brought that one out. So CIS rejects with a lot of utility, a lot to play around during these fights.
The Beastmaster shard is so much fun. It's like the kamikaze birds.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
I just wonder how that came to be. You just have Beastmaster, the master of beasts, this primal in the jungle, just tying dynamite to his bird and being like, you know, when I give you the command, just dive him. I'm sure it's gonna be fine.
See, it's like I think it's magpies in Australia. And I'm probably getting it wrong. It's probably something like crows in New Zealand. And I'm pretty sure like gods might be sitting there listening to this going like he's getting it completely wrong. But there is actually let's say a bird in the Australian or the New Zealand, whichever one it is, dive bombs on bikes. People have to wear these helmets, spiky helmets. Otherwise you get dive bombed by these birds. I want to say it's magpies in Australia, but New Zealand. But it is a thing that happens. Birds dive bombing people.
So the birds actually copied Dota? That's insane.
Yeah, I put this in, and then nature just changes its entire behavior.
Nature be crazy, yo.
CIS rejects pushes everyone to this tier 3 tower. On the top lane, Ramsey just have that aegis as well. So these are loose. Just chipping away at the tier 3 tower. Fantastic Fives. What's defensive options here for this? It's got to be wary of trying to push out into another lane with the Black Dragon. The damage coming through from Pasha alone onto different buildings. You know, you're looking at 2 towers. Just being put across both of them.
CIS rejects can't really fully commit to a push against the Timbersaw and Kunkka. Ooh, that scan doesn't quite hit anyone.
Are scanning.
No, both of them. Just splitting the wickets between both teams.
Dire's tower is under attack.
Yep.
Why
Dire's structure.
Now tower is it's just gonna survive to the cliff. I was gonna say, just in a straight push, there is no way they can actually push, because there is so much deep push, and then F5 goes out of the base and loses their tower.
Lockdown to Luna now as well, but For Ramses. CP, anything to bring it back. Looks like Luna. Wait, the FNG, this you're bait. But keep your word. He's gonna be fine. He's gonna be fine.
Gotta love FNG.
But
See, only Pasha was lost. And the Aegis, of course.
yeah. And that was what? Two buybacks were forced out on the side of Fantastic 5. That's a really nice fight. They took a tier 3 tower and doing that to the range racks as well. And once Luna steps back up on steps like those flames are going to bounce. They're going to bounce every now that tier 3 tower's down.
I wonder if they're gonna commit for this this final set of racks on the top lane. Or if they're gonna wait for Roche. I guess Roche is a lot more likely. Because as I said, the Fantastic 5D push is quite strong and wouldn't make a lot of sense for CIS rejects to take such a risk when they have almost complete map control. It's always so tempting though when you have a Luna and you know Glyph is down, racks are exposed.
I mean Luna at the minute. That was another thing in the game. It's just to be an early. I say an early. It's going to be going into the Satanic 31 minutes. Luna's pretty much getting 6 slotted here. Got a casual win lace as well, just for that extra movement speed. What do you do? Genuinely, what do you do up against this hero? You just need to focus. Like all the others, the beams grip, the bow, the wall being dropped on top. Is that just throw everything in the kitchen sink at the Luna here?
I think you want to drop the wall in the normal punch and then hope that no one focuses the illusions.
Yeah.
Because I think that is legitimately the best way to deal with Luna right now. Because you don't want to man fight a Luna as a Kunkka. And Timbersaw can't really man fight either. Even if the BKB were to get wasted by Ramses. Because Luna just hits too hard right now, even for a Timbersaw. So you kind of want to kill her team and then hope that the Daxia illusions do work.
Yeah, and is this where the press kid just wants to be diving the back lines? Because I mean, he does have that shard, so he has the silence on this. Is this just wait for Beans grip to be up and dive on the Beans specifically stop that? Or is this just go on anyone that you see?
I think he just wants to do the highest amount of damage that he can. So he doesn't really have a specific target. If he can kill the Bane, that's great, but Nyx is fine as well. You don't really want to jump in solo, because his Shard Silence is less than 2 seconds, so you can't just jump in and kill a Bane, even with all of his damage. Actually, if he pops all his stuff, he's definitely gonna kill the Bane, because Bane has 1100 HP. He has an E-Blade. So scratch that, just dive in, pop BKB, kill the Bane. Easy. I'm used to Banes having like 1800 HP for no reason, but this Bane is only level 12 without any tankiness item.
Yeah, only really has the regen boots as well as the Aether Lens. This is a genuinely poor Bane. And even the next assassin really only regen boots and blink down. He's got a magic stick and win lace as well, but not really complete anything. What's the Yules? But at 32 minutes in, half the net worth of the 5 on the side of rejects. FNG. He's making a crack of it going towards his Ags now. And the soul presses of the spirit vessels as well. This is great fight potential. And a lot of damage just coming through from FNG with the swarm. And with the soul crest, if you want to find another support, one versus one, there's no reason you couldn't get a kill there.
Dire's middle tower.
Now Ramses has the Satanic. Ramses is looking pretty unkillable at the minute to me.
Yep. Roche could be up 1 minute from now.
Are under attack.
So maybe then the game will resume, because currently it's not technically paused, but it's kind of paused.
Yeah, both teams just respecting each other.
Oh, there we go. Now we're officially paused.
This is it. It's pressed up a little bit of trouble, it seems. Minute. And hopefully it won't be too long. Maybe just a quick reset in. So, looking at the Kunka has the Satanic up there as well. Is this? Let's not even consider Luna. You know, what does Realm want to be targeting in these fights? You know, what's the game plan for Realm? What are the shots called coming through here for Realm? Who does he need to go on?
I mean, ideally you would want to kill the Beastmaster before he gets the roar off.
Yeah.
Also because he provides so many auras. And that is still an option right now because FNG doesn't have his Aghanims. If he were to have the Aghanims, you definitely want to kill FNG first. And this is not taking into account the chance of killing someone like the Quop, because that's probably not gonna happen. So it isn't like a great realistic possibility to even consider. So I would say try and kill the Beast.
Yeah.
If you can kill the Rubik, that's fine too, but I think the Beast is priority.
I mean, we've not even really spoke about the Rubik, but the Rubik's been getting some clutch steals, and I think he's stole the boat 2 or 3 times now. Got the Chakram as well, and it's just Roger just sitting on these back lines. He's just controlling the fight. You know, the little puppet master from the back lines. Yeah, no, he's played this really well. FNG, like you say, going towards that Ags as well, which is going to make at least somebody unstoppable. If they can get the Aegis out, Cheese out there as well, then there could be the 3 heroes on the side of CIS rejects. There's 0 kill potential on them.
Right? Yeah, I mean, there is a reason why I thought that Fantastic 5 was on a little bit of a timer, and it's really showing right now.
You love me.
Even their supports, they don't really have a lot of burst potential either, so if they were to go for a pick-off with like a Fiend Script in a side lane, there's gonna be plenty of time for CIS rejects to like teleport to a shrine and save the hero in peril.
Does CIS rejects even split up? Do they ever want to split like that now? Or is this just we 5 man stay together?
Yep. I mean, there is no reason for them to split right now.
Yeah.
Fantastic 5 can't leave the base, so the lane pressure is gonna be minimal, and they're plenty farm to finish the game. So sure, there's gonna be a little bit of splitting, but I don't think we're most likely not gonna be going back to a situation where there's just like one core on every single side lane farming. Unless CIS rejects messes up their Aegis push, because then we're gonna go into another semi-pause waiting for Roshan.
I'd like to say at least 52 seconds before Rosh is back up. And just looking at the Dark CS net worth as well, he's just above the Rubik on the side of CIS rejects. Mid lane, Timber still 3k behind the Queen of Pain. You know, he's just above the off lane here on the side of CIS rejects. And Luna's just absolutely shooting ahead, going towards that Skadi now as well. And this looks like it's just, like you said, they're taking complete map control away from the side of Fantastic 5. And I don't know how long Fantastic 5 hold out against this. They need to get one good fight, but like I say, where's that fight come from? Because I'm not seeing it myself. I'm genuinely not seeing it. We've building towards Ice, like say, it's going to be... No, this is tough.
I could do this for you.
I mean, winning 4v5 is an option.
True, yeah. As Presky does have 2 minutes left to get back into the game with his internet issues from the pause time. But
although, I mean, Pasha could probably just micro-depressed kit. It's just another creep with a few abilities, right?
It's only what? 5 more buttons? That's not difficult at all.
Yeah, it's fine. I mean, his own hero just has a single button, so
Yeah.
He just presses Roy and BKB. And BKB is even optional. Just press Roy and it's gonna be fine.
He doesn't need the axes at this point. Did he ever need the axes in this game?
Run, little mouse.
Okay. We are going to get ourselves back into this, and hopefully, perhaps he doesn't have any more internet issues.
Are
You
scanning.
just keep yourself going here, going towards to start the 8th lens.
A golden thread.
Looks like there is going to be a 4-on-5 rotation through here from Fantastic 5 smoke as well as the Silver Edge when he wants to pop it in Gunka. Do they have any vision around this? They don't, so CIS Rejects might be in for a little bit of a surprise pass. It's those forward here. Some changes down, has to be locked down, has the PKB. Might be able to turn this one around. The whole dive onto the tip, so that's going to be a decent amount of lockdown. Now they've got the assassin. Telekinesis there. Again, it's fine. Everybody, Kunka, trying to fight this. This was a bad idea.
You pressed Q trying to steal it. Not gonna happen.
No steals, kills to kill. We don't do kill steals in pro games, right?
Of course not.
That's what I'm told. We positive attitude and we just want
Dire's top
kills.
barracks has fallen.
Yeah.
That kill was definitely secure.
Dire's top barracks are under attack.
Really nice fight CIS Rejects with pretty much no buyback available on the side of Fantastic 5 on the calls. I think we're looking at this going away of CIS Rejects first game.
They can finish if they want to. By this point, they should know that there are no buybacks.
Dire's structures are fortified.
Yeah, and look at these Moonglaive bounce. Just coming through everything. Press himself up. The creeps help put pressure on from the creep wave pushing in as well. It's actually a good time. Honestly, you have to go on to the vein. Nightmare comes out. Does that Phoenix? So once that was off the Nightmare, it might be a Nightmare Dara. Looks like the green, actually the other direction, get the next assassin. Press
Phoenix.
Yeah, really kill Dara. There's too much dark. Ramsey's looking at the games now with double kill, like green hill way. They want to warn the bag.
Radiant victory.
So, we're looking at this game. CIS Rejects, we talked about them before, not really having the most secure early game, but here they were just on the ball from the get-go. Fantastic 5, any positives for them? Okay, and going forward into that second game, do you think the Luna's going to get through? The Beastmaster, anything, you know, these big heroes that we usually see being removed first, second phase, do you think that Fantastic 5, they've maybe learned a little bit of a lesson here not to let these heroes through? Yeah. So guys, that is going to be the first game, but we do have at least one more game to come after the break. We'll be getting back with the second game of CIS Rejects versus Fantastic 5. We'll see you then.
Radiant team ban. Dire team ban. Radiant team back. Dire team back.
好的，欢迎回来。这里依然是由 Fantastic Five 对阵 CIS Rejects 的第2局。那么在第1局游戏中啊 ，CIS 是拿到了一套前期现场强力的兽王露娜以及痛苦女王的阵容，通过前期的优势滚雪球，成功的将比赛留在了中期啊。
5 seconds remaining.
这局因为是 F5这边先选，搬掉了卡尔之后 ，CIS 是主动搬掉了上局自己使用的兽王。
Radiant team pick.
这日则是搬掉了白牛，潜力无限的白牛。金尔邦先点一首小精灵。小精灵的话，经过大家长期的开发以及他自己过载技能的改动，可以跟他搭配的英雄越来越多啊，早点拿出来。后面也是有很多空间可以调整的。
5 seconds remaining. Dire team
You pick with the Weaver. Do you pick a Razor? Like, if you're picking IO, you're usually using it to buff up a carry. So Razor is super anti-carry.
That's true. Also reduces
Mars
the Luna.
is still fine. You could pick both your supports
10
and get
seconds
Disruptor if
remaining.
you want. If you value Disruptor that much against IO.
5 seconds
You can
remaining.
take the Luna away from them.
Mm.
Okay.
I don't think you want to do that.
No, I don't think I'd-
A lot of good things.
So spoiled for choice, FNG. There's like
I
the dream for
know.
a drafter, dude.
I can do anything.
Brain drafted OD on an opening of IO.
That's
Is
a
OD
shame.
good against IO lineups?
Maybe it is. Maybe that's why they banned it.
Frame drafted. Did they win that game? Was that Stoman in OD position 4?
Yeah. it
I
was.
cast that game. That was awful. that was not good. So no.
Okay, bad meme, all right.
Yeah, let me
understand.
tell you.
Hmm.
You know, I appreciate when heroes come into like roles or builds that like we traditionally don't see, because I get to just be like, is this good against it? Like I just genuinely don't know, and I don't have a history to be able to fall
Radiant
back on. Like
team
how long has
pick.
OD Meteor Hammer been a thing? You know,
There's
it's
the
relatively
Disruptor.
new. Very good against IO. Winter Wyvern is in season. You know, that's another good one. But Disruptor's the hot thing. Grab that tractor, baby.
10 seconds
That
remaining.
Raptor boy.
I would like to see maybe
5
something that gives
seconds
vision
remaining.
with the disruptor, so your glimpses are more impactful.
Like a-
Like an
Radiant
Ice Stalker.
team ban.
Beastmaster's
Legion
ban, so-
Commander.
Oh.
Okay, that's cool.
So they're going the Team Spirit route of we'll use IO to buff up our offlaner, and then our carry can be a variety of heroes. Legion is a pretty good IO utilizer.
Good against the Disruptor in lane as well.
True.
I feel so sad. If you're
10
disruptor against
seconds
LC, you
remaining.
actually just have negative impact in the lane. Your only ability to harass has been taken
5
from you, and your
seconds
right clicks are
remaining.
pathetic.
But can you not put Weaver against this lane and then put Disruptor in the as the 4?
Can,
Yeah.
but I don't know how well Weaver does as well, because outside of Shikuchi, Legion kind of just bullies you if you come near her.
Oh, but you harass the IO,
Dire
right?
team
Oh yeah,
ban.
but he can just play on the other side. I mean, you just kind of like just play a game of like try and stay away. As long as you're buying sentries. Definitely better than Disruptor.
Legion gets rid of the bug real fast.
Yup.
The hit. The what else? Oh yeah, the only good thing about
remaining.
Disruptor versus Legion Commander, there's no point in going any more levels in Thunderstrike,
5
so it
seconds
does
remaining.
mean you have glimpse level 4 by 7.
Radiant
you know?
team back.
Sometimes those are those games where you're like, Thunderstrike's so value. I'm gonna get level 2, maybe level 3, feeling spicy. And then the mid-game approaches, maybe some sort of team fights don't go well, and you're just like, I'm still level 7, and I'm level 2 glimpse. This sucks.
10
In general, when
seconds
Dota falls
remaining.
behind in general, it feels pretty bad a game to have to run him.
5 seconds
But-
remaining.
In this situation, if CIS rejects by some act of God, lose the game. Disruptor will still make level 7 and will still have level 4 glimpse. Be at full power.
Doesn't have to be an act of God. It could just be Fantastic Five styling.
True.
Trying to think about what Fantastic Five need to ban here. Like, what can lane into LCIO? Because
Dire team
obviously
back.
Disruptor is going to be really weak as a support against them, unless they're running the Weaver there. So then what carry can they pair with that could fight against it? Because IO Legion they're really strong. Because LC has so many options. She can buff herself, she can buff IO. IO passes that back to her. She's very hard to kill. She's very strong in general at like
10
trading.
seconds remaining.
It's
Radiant
rough.
team
I feel like
back.
both supports don't really give you much damage to deal with her. So it's like, well, what carries can? Kunka's pretty good
He's
at
banned.
being self-sustaining. He's banned. Yeah, Razor really strong carry against melee offlaners, banned.
Ursa here, for example.
That's what I was thinking. I'm just not sure how he fares with the supports, because if your Ursa
10
bear is level
seconds
1,
remaining.
then Legion is very good at level 1, and she can run at the bear and like,
5
punish him on
seconds
early
remaining.
levels. So it's kind of hard.
How do you like Dusa?
to do.
Not a like a damage aspect, but just an anti-Legion.
Dire
Is
team
she? I
back.
feel like she gets run down in lane by IO Legion.
Could be.
I don't know.
I mean, Dusa somewhat hold her own if you use the Mystic Snake appropriately, especially because of the tether. If you bounce to the IO, hurt her a lot.
You're just somebody who will never get dueled going
That's
into the
true.
mid game, and then
10
Stone Gaze
seconds
is
remaining.
really annoying for Legion. You go and you're like, I'm gonna duel this person, and
5
she's like,
seconds
Stone Gaze,
remaining.
and you're just like, no.
That was really accurate representation. Yeah.
Well, once again, this is a professional voice actor right here. You can check his
He's so good at acting.
CV on Twitter. Capcasts.
Thanks.
Okay.
But I agree, and you even go for the. I mean, people on Legion against Legion when she was popular used to still go for the Ag Shard route, right? And then you duel. If you ever have to duel the Dusa, God
Dire
forbid,
team
you are
pick.
getting turned to stone 15 times.
Ooh, a Bloodseeker ban. Are they picking
Pango?
Pango?
Yeah. Because well, maybe you're thinking on a
Radiant
PA's
team
ban,
pick.
Razor's ban, so yes.
Points away.
Pango. Boy. Yeah, he's lovely. In terms of just breaking up a fight, making IO hard to be with his partner. It's also just good team fight, which they lack a little bit with the Weaver.
10 seconds remaining.
Very solid.
Pretty good with it, yeah.
And if you lane Pango with a Weaver,
5
assuming you
seconds
just
remaining.
decide Disruptor is dead meat in the lane, that's a really good lane. That's a lot of physical damage. You can even go for the Swashbuckle build again, like old Pango's used to. That's very hype for Pango players.
They can go Bane. They can go Grimstroke.
I would like Grimstroke
Yep.
more than Bane. I don't know if I like. I mean, Bane with IO is okay because Bane is good setup for relocate. But
Limbs to cancel the Fiend's
I feel like I'm not sure. I would rather have like damage for Legion's duel right now, and then that way that hero can play with Legion, and then IO can play with the carry and help them farm, and then relocate that guy in. Like that's what I would prefer. I know people like to play Storm Spirit with IO as well. It's not the greatest into Disruptor, but if he gets an Orchid, he does have the ability to pick off all 3 of CIS Reject's heroes right now.
Radiant team
Yeah,
pick.
he's also a hero that just works well with IO.
Puck.
Okay, Puck.
That's cool too.
I like that. I was gonna say Puck because I wanted Puck or Quap because big burst damage behind the Legion commander.
Yep.
And Puck works better against Pango, Coil, but it also works better with IO.
10 seconds
'cause
remaining.
You have that nice coil into, okay, they're stuck here. Come on.
5
Yeah, that's
seconds
true.
remaining.
Relocate in.
I will say that the Pango versus Puck matchup changes once you get Shard, though, considerably, and then it becomes Puck's nightmare to try to catch a Pango.
Yep. It's definitely a matchup where you need to be able to win the.
Still want to see damage though. I don't think Puck gives you enough. in duel.
Yes. Quap gives you the like overwhelming damage. Puck is just like, okay, it's good, but you probably need a little.
You want either, what do you want to support with damage, like a Grimstroke or a carry here? That
support like Grim or Lion, it could be Sapphire. That's also, this is all sustained damage that I don't really like. Like, they don't have that like punch you in and out type like pick off with Legion. That
what if you go for a Scatter Blast build? Isn't that like,
nah,
like
it's not enough.
damage?
It's like LC is like, you pick something like Lion Finger or Skyrod or Quap, these heroes where like you blink in, you duel, bam, they're dead, and then you get out. They just don't have that right now. So CIS rejects like abuse that in any way. I think I picked Wraith King here, and I think it's fantastic. I don't know what Fantastic 5 we're gonna do against
Templar Assassin.
TA is also decent.
TA is pretty good, right? Good matchup versus Puck if you happen to want to do that. And it is one of those like durable anti-burst carries.
Yeah. But then see here, if they would have picked any other burst, it would have been the same issue against TA though, right? Action would just...
Yeah, anything like reasonably durable is just going to make Fantastic 5's game plan here really hard. Because I just, I don't know. And especially you get a BKB, like... What are they gonna
10 seconds remaining.
TA probably does better in lane as well against Legion Commander, because I know Wraith King
5 seconds
in that
remaining.
matchup, low armor, and if anything, they only hurt you.
Yeah. He can go jungle, and so can TA, so it's nice.
And TA Weaver's the minus armor strat with Pango, that gives you rush potential as well, so that's nice.
They have a lot of rush.
Yeah.
They're going to do rush pretty early, actually. I mean, Fantastic 5 have a really good ability to fight it. Seen a lot of teams go, like, clearly they want to rush, and then enemies like, well, we didn't draft a contest. At least with this, they can do their coil, kisses, combo. It's pretty nice to play around
remaining.
I like that.
Mm-hmm.
So here for the last pick, Fantastic 5, do you...
remaining.
Like, because the ban from Rejects is like, you're trying to counter my strategy, right? Like, he's not the big damage or an IO hero. So what do you try to go for, the core-to-core matchup, or do you try to complement your IO more?
I think it needs to be something that's relatively self-sufficient and has a good core-to-core.
Okay. So the IO is not as important here as...
I don't think so.
Okay.
I think it's a little bit important. I think right now, Fantastic 5 don't have a draft idea. If you...
Right.
Like, they have the idea of pick off with IO, they also have the idea of buffing up a core with IO plus Legion save,
sure.
But they haven't got their final piece of the puzzle that makes those heroes good. And I'm looking for that from Fantastic 5. Meanwhile, CIS Rejects, I look at them, I'm like, okay, well, you can see what they're doing, fast tempo, do
10
Roche,
seconds remaining.
good team fight, go end. You know, TA is going to be the core pinnacle of this draft.
5 seconds remaining.
She's the carry, she's going to be the farmer, she's going to do the ancients, and then like they'll just go with her.
Interesting that Fantastic 5, I think it's TA mid, which is not... I mean, it's a depressed kid hero, so maybe that's the idea, but like, she has not been played mid at all. He's almost exclusively a carry. Wild to say that, by the way. I can't believe that I'm saying that now.
I think they think it's mid just because of the matchup against Puck, right? So
yeah.
I don't know what else you're going to pick mid that's going to have better matchup than TA.
Did you experience that when TA was first being experimented in pubs? So annoying, because the hot thing, and you didn't know about it, was the double meld. TA would meld in front of your tower, and you walk out the lane as an off lane, and all of a sudden, BAM! BAM! And you're just like, oh, my lane's lost. It's done.
Yep. I mean, that's the thing that some mid laners would do. There was, Chris was teaching me that, like, he would go actual 2 points of meld as TA against any melee heroes in mid, right?
Remaining.
And he's like, yeah, people are so stupid. They just walk into me and I destroy them.
5 seconds
and I was like, yeah,
remaining.
this is genius. This works every time. It was very smart.
All right, well, there's your IO pairing.
And that's the right thing you asked for. So this TA mid. The press kit, click on it so fast, just in case Ramsey's even considered the idea of picking TA carry.
Yeah, Luna fulfills what I wanted from their draft. It is the death bully or whatever. We're going to run at you with our IO Luna, and they're going to be really strong, and they're going to hit their timing faster than your average Luna.
Right.
CIS Rejects, I mean, they can do Roche faster than Fantastic 5, I think. So it's just, you need to make sure you're aware of that on Fantastic 5, and you're playing around and keeping vision on the pit, and don't give it away for free.
But are we seeing an improvement from this draft? I would say yes, right?
Yes,
from last game?
100%. I like it. Yeah.
Good.
Yeah, I think it's pretty solid. I think it can win the game. Ultimately, TA for me is the biggest. It's the game winner.
Can win the game? Can win the game?
Yeah.
It can win the game. It's possible. Let's have faith. Let's see what happens. Will we get a game 3? We're going to have to find out as we go over to Robin Roll and Wingblade to cast this encounter.
Yes, we're being told it is winnable here, Wingblade, but let's put the Wingblade seal of approval on this. You know, how possible is it that they win this game?
I think they have a good shot. This draft looks a lot better than last game, in my opinion. They have some nice tempo with the IO Legion. They have a carry that's a decent matchup. It's not great, but it's better than last game. And they just have a lot more kill potential, I think.
Yeah, I mean, speaking about kill potential, looking at CIS Reject's team, to me, the Weaver and the Templar Assassin, I'm just seeing, like, these two heroes roaming around in my mind, roaming around looking for kills straight after about like 10-15 minutes into it. And they're going to be, to me, the two more battle heroes, I think, from CIS Rejects to look to get the pick, look to get the kills. Our Fantastic Five going to be able to, you know, what's the plan to deal with this in this game?
I think the plan to deal with this is going to be aggression if they execute it well. You don't want to constantly be reacting to a Weaver and a Pango and a TA running at you. You want to make sure that you get the initiations that you want. So jump in with the puck, get those duels, and make sure that there is a lot of tempo so Luna actually has the time to farm up properly.
Yeah, just speaking about initiation, Pasha came across 3-4 heroes there, you know, the bottom rune area and the dire side. Just has to get that swashbuckle away to keep himself alive. And it looks like even Depreskin moving himself down closer towards that river. Needs to be careful though, because it looks like there might be a wraparound as that ward down. So going to be able to play it safe over the other side of the river. And the tower shot's even coming through here. So Realm, they're going to know that there's a ward down. Are they going to be able to de-ward this one? Because IO does have the sentries here. It looks like on the other side of the map though, they're going to be able to do a little bit of damage towards Supernova. And we've talked about this combo in the offlane before with the Legion Commander.
The battle
Let's see. Sorry, let's see if they can secure this room. Pasha doesn't come through. Again, has that swashbuckle, but looks like the Lucent being picked up at level 1. So it is going to be the 2 for 2.
Is it not? Ooh, looks like it's just going to be Luna IO. That's a classic combination as well.
Just looking at, because they are moving over to the off lane. What do you think the build for the Snapbar is going to be to get aggressive onto this Wraith King? Is it going to be the Scatterblast for the slow? Do you think he goes for Little Shredder for the minus armor so else he can do more, you know, right-click damage? You know, what's the idea behind this lane?
I think you kind of want to have Scatterblast just to deal with the skeletons as well. Let's see. Of course, Little Shredder is really nice for taking Roche later on and objectives, but in lane I think Scatterblast is better here.
Okay, well, let's see how this is going to play out. Bottom lane as well, they already get the kill into FNG. Just look at the damage coming through as well from... it was just Lucent Beams. Lucent Beams are right clicks. And FNG, he just had no chance because he died right underneath, or just in front of the tier 1 tower as well. So a lot of pressure coming out on this lane here from Fantastic 5 in the safe lane for them.
Yeah, I don't think the Pango Weaver, or sorry, the Pango Disruptor lane is gonna have a lot of fun against IO Luna. It's just too much damage, mobility, and efficiency in trading as well. Like, you cannot out-harass this.
Yeah, I was going to ask actually, what's the plan for this off lane? Is it just experience soak, and then once the Rolling Thunder comes out, you know, the kinetic field static storm combo, do they just kind of play passive until then?
Yeah. There is maybe some kill potential if the IO completely messes up, but an ideal scenario for the rejects here would just be Pasha getting a little bit of farm and XP.
Yeah.
Because he's not gonna win the lane, there is no chance.
Right. Speaking about winning the lane, mid lane, look, it's putting a lot of pressure onto the Depreskin. In fact, the Depreskin can be chased down. The refraction charges do come out, so it looks like the Puck is going to be able to do the damage here. No orb to throw out there, or no line of sight onto the Depreskin to see where they could get the pick off here. And both heroes just going to be able to get those water runes, get themselves back to a decent amount of health, a decent amount of mana, and start the trades all over again. Top lane. They get the kill onto Roger. And Roger coming out way too far. The cookie as well as the Scatterblast. So a lot of damage just from these two heroes. Again, overwhelming the odds doing the damage, and it was just a really nice catch out here. But have they gone a little bit too far here? Ramses might want to try and do what damage he can to Supernova. Supernova trying to get these camps off the neutrals as well as the dire creeps. Mostly Ramses and Supernova just going to try and trade, and now the swarm has come through. Either have the damage to take down Supernova. Supernova's going to try and get himself away from this, but the scatter blast. Supernova's going to be taking a lot of damage fall through from Ramses. Not going to be there. An FNG, excuse me, FNG's on the bottom lane. It was Roger had to move himself away from that.
Everyone is constantly low. I feel so bad for our observer.
Yeah,
we need like 600 APM observing.
The cookie comes out. I think he's about to go into Ramses once again. Well, the Ray Fire Blast onto the Legion Commander top lane. Roger moving in just as a little bit of protection, but it looks like Ramses should be able to get himself back towards that tier 1 tower. He's going to be... The salve comes out, so again, mostly dead, not completely dead. Bottom lane. If you want to actually try and go, there's going to be the Thunderstrike off the Realm. Realm's going to try and chase up. Shield Crash though. It looks like they're going to be able to push back onto the Io Luna combination. FNG going to be taking a lot of damage. There's going to be the overcharge coming through now as well. Kinetic Field going to be used. FNG trying to break this vision. Lucent Beam does come through Realm. One more right click. It should be enough. He can get the vision. Yeah, he does get the kill now. Shield Crash comes out, so they're going to try and look for the trade, or at least Pasha's going to look for the trade. Swashbuckle does claim the kill. And Pasha now able to move himself back towards the tier 1 tower. Top lane did have the damage with the Ray Fire Blast onto Supernova. Supernova's going to get really done low. The cookie comes out, trying to save his life, not fall with that Sakuchi. Was on cooldown. But not able to catch up with that cookied up Supernova. Okay,
Supernova doesn't have any points in Prestige attack yet, and that is costing him a little bit here, but he finally hits level 4. It's that little bit of healing on the board if he wants it. Could even put another, yeah, just puts another point into the passive. So he really wants to just be running at people.
Yes, they're just going to get really aggressive up against... I think that's Fantastic Five's game plan. I think that's what the panel were talking about as well. That CIS, they have that Roche taking potential, but if Fantastic Five just start to move around, you know, start to get aggressive, and even depressive in the mid lane, they'll be taking a lot of damage coming through from Marine. Marine, does he want to go any further onto this? The refraction charges are up, so 4 defensive ones. And again, top lane, Dara getting chased away from the lane. It is madness everywhere at the minute. They might even be able to turn us around in the mid lane. Marine's going to be taking a lot of damage. There's going to be the rotation through from FNG as well. Those Depressed could want to chase onto this. Marine has those portal charges to be able to fade shift off now as well. The Green Cold does come out onto the Templar, Assassin Templar, while the refractions do fade, but the Thunder Strikes onto Marine. He dodges off the orb now as well. So they're going to be able to do the damage. Will it be enough for the trade? No, Prescott with about 20 health will survive through not even taking the damage from the catapult or the creeps. So really nice pickup from the side of CIS Rejects.
Under attack.
You could see the panic for Marine when he missed his orb. He was like, "Oh, I'm in trouble." Then a single side blade came out as well. He was like, "Wait, I can actually die here." Frick.
Under attack.
Speaking about dying, the rotation from Dayra's got himself engagement. Is there any kill potential on this? The Ray Fire Blast actually comes out onto Supernova. And Ramses the cookie, he was facing the wrong way.
Nice 180
lane,
cookie.
no. Just, again, just trying to keep an eye on all 3 lanes at once.
All in all,
Supernova. Do they have the damage? Ramses gets the kill. Farms the bones. I thought he was away when the cookie came out, but tried to re-engage there and pays with his life.
Is under attack.
Bottom lane, once again, Pasha being chased down. Was that Lucent Beam? 2 seconds away. Swashbuckle into it. He needs to get himself away, but the right clicks, it still connects from Realm. There was no dislocating that right click, and Realm picks up not an easy kill, but still a really decent kill up against Pasha. 4 for 3 at 7 minutes in, so we're going to go for a kill a minute. Speaking of kill a minute, Roger going to try and get the chase down onto Dayra. Was that swarm to come out 5 seconds away? He might be able to get the right click damage, but there's going to be the cookie. So Dayra, if he can get himself over the cliff, should be able to play this one safe, but does it actually go that way? Now the Sakuchi is up with the swarm. Does Roger want to try and dive onto this?
Nah, he doesn't have the damage on his own, and it's 170 mana. He wants to use a Sakuchi on this one. That's a lot of mana.
bottom lane. Roland Thunder's going to come through. Io is going to try and dodge it up for those fancy footworks, but is it going to be enough? Yeah, tether away. Roland Thunder though, still going to carry on going. The shield crash as well, damage onto the Io. If you have enough right-click damage with this Roland Thunder now wearing off, the Lucian Beam does come through, and it looks like they want to try and step up onto this, a swashbuckle away, but Pacha should be fine.
That's the Thunder down. 1 minute, no aggression allowed for Pango.
Yeah, and top of the river now as well. Roger got the chase onto Dara. The Swarm will be coming through Sakuchi in 1 second if he wants to carry on chasing. The Scatterbots, the trap, even going to be able to do a lot of damage. Yeah, with that Sakuchi, the cookie away, it's not going to be enough.
Turn alone with you.
Well, Dara denies that regen rune.
Not expecting that trap.
Dire's structures are fortified.
He was getting ready to outplay Roger, and then the trap came out, and he was like, never mind. Rams is level 7.
Great fire blasts, and he could be able to step up underneath the tier 1 tower, up onto Supernova, taking a lot of damage. The duel comes out. Ramses doesn't even care. You can see his teammate dying here, and he just goes along with it. Supernova was on such low health as well throughout that duel, and Ramses, well, it wouldn't be a carry if he didn't prioritize the creeps.
I mean, I understand, because the moment he walks into tower range, Maureen just TPs in and coils him, and he didn't have mana for his ulti.
Yeah.
In fact, he doesn't even have a skill point in his ulti, so he would have just straight up died, and with his Midas on the horizon, he doesn't want to take any kind of risk.
Okay, well, we'll let him off this time then, I guess.
Also, you don't want to save your supports. They fucked up. They should bear the consequences. Otherwise, they don't learn, Rob.
Yeah, how do you teach them to play better if you don't let them learn from their mistakes? Okay, I get that.
Like we're 1 game ahead. Time to teach them a lesson.
So, looking at Ramses here, he's got himself, like you say, he's going to get that Hand of Midas coming out. And is it going to be the armlet? Because he's got the Helm of the Iron Will. Is it the armlet next for Ramses?
Yeah, I think so. On an offlaner, you sometimes get a casual Helm of Iron Will just for like the armor and the regen and the ability to stay on lane, but on a carry it would be highly inefficient, especially for Wraith King, who's like one of the best armlet carriers in the game.
Yeah. Okay, well, we're going to get another quick pause as Depressed Kid still having some issues, and okay, so that's the Wraith King build after the armlet. We've seen some players, some teams go for the Radiance afterwards. Is it, would you prefer the Blink BKB kind of combo, or are you fine with this Radiance in this game? You know, which way do you think CIS Rejects should be building with Ramses on this Wraith King?
I think in this kind of game, you want to have as much physical damage as you can, so you can just jump in and delete one of the supports.
Yeah.
Radiance is good, but it's not really his purpose this game, I would say. You don't want to be that big tank that just walks in the middle and ignores people, because then Fantastic 5 and the mobility of their lineup just kills your entire team. So I think he needs to buy like a Blink and a Deso or whatever and just jump in, kill the IO, for instance, or jump in, kill the Snapfire, even kill the Legion. Just kill someone. Don't just walk around dealing damage. Actually kill people.
Yeah, and looking at both lineups as well, the panel spoke about the Roche timing. When do you think CIS Rejects are going to be looking towards that? Is there a specific item pickup you think they're going to go for, or is there a level timing on this? You know, where is the opening here for CIS Rejects to go towards that road?
It's not going to be before the Deso for TA, but afterwards could be at any moment, because they just need Weaver and TA, and together they can take the Roche really fast. So it's kind of hard to predict. I wouldn't expect a traditional Roche where 5 people gather around the pit and they take it, unless Fantastic 5 decides to go for like a tier 2 bottom or something, which I think is highly unlikely.
Yeah, probably not. Looking at the LC as well, LC's got the armlet coming through. When does the IO want to move through with the LC once that power spike comes up for Legion Commander, or do you think the IO's here completely stuck to the Luna for the first?
I think so. Yeah.
This match?
It's more likely that Legion is going to be the setup for the relocate, instead of the actual relocate, because when you go for IO plus Legion, you generally have a hero that can set up your relocates. Something like a Bane or a Disruptor or whatever. But this game, he is gonna be the setup.
Okay, well, we'll see, because I think that relocate is available as we get ourselves back into the game. In fact, you could look for a rotation here. The Dream Call comes out to Ramsey on the top lane. Ramsey's emails get this out of the way for this until it does come through. The damage will be there to get a kill. Supernova, that first real victory on the board now. Is there going to be any follow-up damage from it? Relocate will be coming in, so it's going to be 3-5 heroes coming through from the side of Fantastic Five. If you look to press on Roger, they've been a little bit of trouble. The cookie comes out and he will be crushed under the weight of that big giant lizard.
There they go. It's a good first rotation. Get a dual win, they get a kill, and they get a tier 1. What else could you want?
Dire's top tower has fallen.
Yeah, true. A Wraith King would have been nice. A second kill on the Wraith King, maybe. But that's being greedy, I guess. It does leave IO alone up against Pasha on this bottom lane. Does Pasha have any way to capitalize on this? Does he want to try and roll Thunder through, or is he just happy getting the farm on his bottom lane?
I think he's just gonna be farming for now. He can technically kill the IO, but he would need like 3 rolls, and that is highly unlikely. Because IO has a lot of mobility, and there is a lot of outplay potential with tethering to creeps. So it is possible. If it were a 1v1 game, I would go for it, but Dota tends to be a team game at like higher ratings and in these professional matches, so I wouldn't go for it. He just TPs back to his Luna.
Fair enough. And yeah, Luna's going to be able to get some... Is that triple? It's a triple ancient stack though coming up for him. And how is he looking? Got that Dragon Lance up. We're going towards the Yasha as well. Maybe straight into the Master, so not an early BKB like Ramsey's went in that last game. Realm, is this safe on the build-up? Do you think he needs to worry about getting an early BKB at all?
Maybe not as early as last game, but it's still gonna be necessary. I think it's gonna be after the BKB. I mean, after the Manta.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Okay, well, Fantastic Five, they're denying this early game away from CIS Rejects that played so well in this last game. So Realm gonna be able to step up onto the tier 1 tower with the IO. Taking that one down. And even, you can see Supernova just moving through the Dire jungle here as well. You know, he's not too scared. He's got that armlet. He's got a lot of survivability built in as well. So it looks like Supernova, as Pasha doing the same on the other side of the map, being joined by the Prescott as well as FNG. And rotations coming through. Ramsey's... What's that coming up for him? I'm curious. It looks like it is going to be the armlet completed now. Near enough.
I love how Wraith King sometimes just kicks someone. Like, I have this massive sword, but now I'm gonna kick you back to where you belong.
It's like the Beastmaster does it as well, right? He has his 2 axes, and every so often he'll just kick someone. Yeah. But Wraith King actually opting for the phase boots before the armlet, so it will be the armlet coming out afterwards. FNG though, he's to be careful here. Looks like he's going to be able to get a courier.
Radiant's courier has been killed.
Okay. Courier for free.
Right, pretty nice. You don't usually think of Disruptor as a courier sniping hero, but FNG can make anything work.
Speaking about making it work, do they try and move around onto the puck? Because the puck looks like he's just pushing out lanes.
Scratch that idea. I could do this for you. That is what you sound like.
He's just having
he's
having issues today with his internet. Hopefully it won't be too long this time.
I mean, I would honestly be a depressed kid as well if my internet was this shit.
Yeah,
I mean, I get it now.
He's not having a great time. It's not fun for him.
It's not fun for us either.
True, true. It just means we get extra time to talk about how the game's going. And after the way the game started, we're, what, kill a minute? Straight back in. Yeah, kill a minute. You can do it just a little breather. No, not a massive breather, just a little breather.
Yeah, it's a matter of time before Depressed Kid gets his blink. And same for Ramses, and they're gonna start going ham.
Yeah, and,
Radiant
like I said, going back
scanning.
to just before the pause, looking at F and G, he's got himself the Kinetic Storm combo if he wants to use it. Is this where CIS Rejects want to get aggressive, or do they want to try and use it defensively in these fights, like trying to get an objective like the Roche?
I think the answer is always aggression.
Yeah.
Radiant's bottom tower is under
So you're
attack.
one of those a good defense is a good offense kind of guys?
I mean, in this game where it's not so clear-cut which team is stronger in the late game, I think you wanna like set the tempo yourself instead of playing reactionary Dota.
Yeah. And Templar's got the blink. Just looking top lane now. Are they going to try and go through? Because there was a press the attack, but no duel to follow up there from Supernova, who has a blink dagger of his own. So there is going to be some good engagement tools from the side of Fantastic 5.
Yes, insane dual cast range as well. Both the Keen Optic as well as the level 10 talent. Practically
Are scanning.
global duel.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Yeah, he's just going to be able to clear off this bottom lane, but it looks like the smoke's going to come through from the side of Fantastic 5 on Dayra as well as Marine. What's he got himself here, Puck? He's actually going to be building towards the Witch's Blade and not the Blink Dagger after this urn comes out. How do you like this build here on the Puck?
I think it's okay. It solves some of the damage issues that the draft still has, I think.
Yeah.
Because in fights, I think they're gonna have plenty of damage, but with getting pickoffs, just like a Legion or a Puck is not gonna be enough. So building a few damage items is definitely gonna help them.
Okay, well, Trap gets popped on the Snapfire. I'm hearing a tease of a Rolling Thunder, but it looks like it's going to be 4-man smoke for the South CIS Rejects. Looking to start taking some map control of their own. Dayra's going to be walking up as a Rolling Thunder comes forward. It's going to be the blink forward from the TA. TA, one more right click. He's going to be slowed down, but should still connect. We'll still be able to get the kill onto the Snapfire. No! That's it. He says, I get my one. I'm out. I've done my job. Yeah, the Rolling Thunder now has started to connect onto the IO. IO is going to be in a lot of danger here. Has that Swarm been used as well? Yeah, the Swarm comes through onto the IO, so I think even without Depressed Kid, they should still be able to get the kill onto the IO. He does have that tether. Who's close? Luna's not too far away here from Realm. Does he want to try and connect off?
I think he's dead. He can try to go for the full Holy Locket heal.
Yeah.
But with the Swarm ticking down his armor, I don't think it's worth the attempt.
Okay,
Because
well,
even if he does survive, what can they really do without Snapfire? I don't think they want to fight.
we'll find out. As it looks like the tether comes through, but the Rolling Thunder is going to be able to disrupt that now. And picking up both supports on the side of Fantastic 5. CIS Rejects, they can just make a beeline for the pit. They're going to go straight for the big man himself.
There is no Swarm. And the tier 1 is still up, which means that Snapfire could be there really quickly, but I don't think Roach is gonna live that long.
Supernova's going to try and come in on the back lines. Roger, rotation chasing away, and Supernova, yeah, just playing it safe. Doesn't want to overcommit. Perhaps just go down again, just in case he tries to come forward. But Aegis goes away from Press Kid. And a really quick rotation.
They're gonna find Supernova.
You want to go, the glitch comes back into the static zone. Shields up now as well. He's going to try and use the armor to splash, but it's not going to be enough as all 5 heroes, or at least 4 of them, collapse onto this Supernova.
Dire's
Really
top
nice
tower
kill there.
is under attack.
Guys, Rejects once again leading now. All of a sudden. Of course, the Midas does help on the Wraith King, and of course, Templar Assassin renowned for her ability to find farm anywhere.
Yeah, and if you can't farm the creeps, you'll always be able to farm the heroes with a Blink Dagger and a Desolator. Being able to catch out the supports, it's not a massive task here. Especially if you get a +1 with a Connected Field maybe, or a Swarm you have to follow up. So there is a lot of kill potential coming out on the side of CIS Rejects.
Yeah, this is such a nice TA game because both of the supports don't really have great defensive capabilities. So anyone you jump kind of just dies. Later in the game it's gonna get more difficult because IO is gonna get a Ghost Scepter and Snapfire may get something like a Glimmer. But yeah, for now, this is such a nice timing for TA. You just jump in and bodies drop to the floor.
Radiant's top tower is under
I think I
attack.
heard a song about that once, but you know, I'd have to go back and listen to it.
Dire's bottom tower has been denied.
Back in the game, are they going to try and make a move onto Ramses or Ramses? Was that vision? Don't actually see the Wraith King. Supernova's close if he wants to blink. It's going to be the BKB to be picked up after.
Run, FNG, run.
He's going to tuck away from this. He's going to be slowed down. Did he have the full kill? Well, there's going to be a good Dream Call there just to keep him locked down, but follow-up to CIS Rejects want to try and turn onto this. As it looks like Puck wants to actually go back in onto Wraith King. Wraith King going to be taking a lot of damage. Tower's up now as well. So not going to be able to go in with a Wraith Fire Blast. He's going to be taking those bouncing blades. Roger on the back line though, he's looking for that swarm, he's looking to make a play. They might even be able to take down the Wraith King once. Wraith King's getting really darn low. The rotation from the Crash get on the side as well. They'll be able to get themselves away from this because the all thunder just come through. It looks like Rune's going to be the sole focus of that. Now the back line's up. Ultimate Kisses to Prescott. That's going to be the duel. It's going to be a dual win as the Aegis will be reclaimed. Carry on going here. It looks like they might have the damage. The shield crash does come through, but starts to come back to field. It looks like it's only going to be on to the one hero now as well. Supernova on the back line. He wants to go Rambo here. So, Wraith King, Ramses, he's trying to keep himself alive. He's already used that reincarnate. He's using the armor, trying to toggle him off, but the damage will be there from the side of Realm.
Keep your secrets.
And it looks like Fantastic Five. They got a duel, they got a Wraith King, they got the Aegis out of this. They're not done just yet either. They want to carry on going here. FNG going to be taking a Lucent Beam to the face. Pasha in the trees. Just has to watch out.
I think Ramses could have killed Marine there inside the Static Storm, but he just walked straight past him.
The cavalry has arrived.
Yeah, maybe a little
He was like, nah, I'm not gonna kill you a mid, I'm gonna kill you a position 5.
What was that about teaching them lessons?
Radiant are scared.
True.
But you can see as well that Roger's just going to go straight for the axe after the urn comes out. Another Dream Call onto. Are they going to be able to do the damage onto the Pangling? Pangling's going to get pretty down low. The orb comes through a Lucent Beam. They do get that kill now. And Realm's on a mega kill streak. Just shy of 20 minutes into the game.
He has a casual 4k gold saved up as well, so he's been taking these fights as if they were 4k behind. So now the true power of the Luna is revealed.
Yeah,
Dire's bottom tower is under
looks
attack.
like he's actually going to go for the Scardion Realm here as well. Just not
Dire's
the BKB. The BKB was there. But like you say, with that extra gold, it is going to be the Scardion for the Luna. Meanwhile, the illusion's even moving around as well, so Ramses will have to deal with that.
Dire's bottom tower
And
is under
the Tier 2
attack.
tower on the bottom lane is being pushed in. And Realm, he's just able to play off these creeps. Just look at how quickly these are going to go down with these illusions and the Moonglaives. The Tier 2 tower
Dire's
stood no
bottom
chance.
tower has fallen.
That should be his Scotty.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Yeah, does he want this?
Kriya? Gonna get sniped? Or is it? It's not.
No, the haste
Or
comes
is it?
out.
It's not. Oh. Goodness. The
You get the glimpse
suspense.
back onto Realm. The Realm is going to be able to TP away. The shield crash comes out with the Realm focus. So they're able to stun him up. The Realm, he gets himself away. In fact, he might try and turn with the Eclipse, but it's not going to be enough damage. And now Iron will be in trouble. So the 4-man rotation coming through from the side of CIS Rejects. They're able to pick up a little bit. I say a little bit. A position 1 and a position 5. It's a really nice return from that rotation. And while this is going on, Ramses even moving down the mid lane. Just towards that tier 2, it is going to be the Radiance that he wants to go for. Okay, well, the Dream Call does come through. Do they have the follow-up damage? Or is that cooking to follow up? Maybe with some extra stuns. Wraith King does have that reincarnation. So if he gets into too much trouble, the rest of the team, he does have time for them to rotate in and try and save him.
Was a little bit of a questionable Dream Coil. Could have been really nice if his Luna was close, because Ramses was in quite a interesting position, to say the least.
Yeah.
But yeah, there was just no follow-up.
Okay, well, how's it looking for Depressed Kid here? He's got himself the BKB, the Desolator, as well as the Blink Dagger. He's going to go towards the Daedalus afterwards as well. So that's going to be quite a nice pickup. Roger on his items going... He's got the Axe. That's coming out now for him. So this is going to be a really big pickup for these fights. as it looks like Luna on the top lane, just looking to push this lane out with the help of the IO.
Aghanim's is so nice against this fantastic foul style, where they wanna just jump in, duel a hero, and just immediately start fighting 4v5 or 5v4 rather.
Yeah.
Just disrupting that with the Weaver is so powerful.
Oh, the Growing Thunder from Pasha. Going to be able to make the dive onto the Snapper on the back line. Snapper gets on top of him. Looks like it's going to be so far easy. It looks like Darren is doing this from through. The Big Bet's going to kill the Darren now. It's going to roll through the carries on. This might actually be dual victory here for Ramses. Does get the kill. They're going to be able to go to Realms now as well. Shifting targets with some great focus here. Darren does buy back. He's going to be able to TP himself back to the outpost. No buyback there for the LC. So to get the kill onto Darren once again. That's a dieback here for him. At least Realms should be able to get himself out, even if the puck doesn't.
Secret I cannot.
Well, who actually wants the focus of the duel? It was the TA. So TA with a free 20 duel victory damage.
And in the past, you used to give the enemy's mid and carries dual damage, because you would then return it with blade mail, and it was all tactical play. But I can't really think of any excuses these days to give enemy mids dual damage. So that is very, very unfortunate for Supernova.
Yeah, and this might be a little bit of micro here from Pasha, even with, okay, the reconnect comes in, but yeah, so Traska, even CIS rejects are sick of him disconnected, so they say every time you go away, we'll just micro the hero. It'll be fine, especially after a fight when 4 heroes are dead. You know, there's no real risk. Traska being taken down as Ramses continues to farm up on his bottom lane. He's got that Radiance out.
Radiant's top tower has fallen.
This will do nicely. A golden thread.
So, what did look? Roshan 15 seconds away now as well.
Illusion.
Potential 15 seconds. Be another 3 minutes as well.
Yeah. With the way this game's going, do you think it is going to be 3 minutes? Because everything now seems to be shifting in CIS Reject's favor. Is it random?
I think it's 1 minute, most likely. That's what my gut instinct is telling me.
Also what the countdown clock's saying as well. Has Fantastic 5. They're just scouting this one out. Smoke is going to be there, so they're going to go for a Fantastic 5-man smoke. FNG gets spotted, the Lucian beat to the face. FNG is going to be able to get himself away from this. He gets killed off. So that's at least one pickup here from Fantastic 5. Can they carry on going now? The cat is out of the bag. Forward, throw comes on to Patch with the roll. He's going to try and go with the roll under now as well. So the duel comes out, but it's good luck catching him here.
Oh man, that was beautiful. Good enough duel.
Around the right click damage from Prescott. It's so much Supernova. Pops up BKB to the storm to Prescott. If you have the follow down, it looks like the swarm's going to be there to follow up Prescott. That could be the time that's coming through onto the Templar Assassin, showing off the axe now. Prescott running himself away from the right click down from Realm. Ramses is going to try and join the fight. Mudbucket's still on top of it now as well. So Prescott will go down at least. I don't think the static storm actually caught up. Now the glimpse onto Luna, but CIS Reject's already on the retreat though.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Oh, and this could be a Roche going the way of Fantastic 5. All is not lost for them. Luna is still very, very strong, and Luna is actually quite a good matchup against TA.
Yeah.
But with the Manta, you just completely shred through refraction charges.
Yeah, will be a Roche going the way of Fantastic 5 with no contest. Who picks up the shard? Was that the LC that picked that one up? I think it was Legion that got the shard because Luna already had her shard.
But Legion had his or her shard as well. It's Puck.
Oh, it's Puck.
It's
okay.
Puck. I would have expected it on the IO. I guess Puck is decent as well for wave clear.
Yeah, and speaking about wave clear, that's Ramsey's whole job at the minute. He's not even fussed about getting into deep push the lanes that Fantastic 5 are contesting. He's just solely just trying to split push this one up, put pressure onto the T2 tower on his own. He does have the TPs, so in case anything comes through on the other side of the map, he can respond quickly, but is this just what Ramses has to do at the minute? Just play away from the rest of his team, just find that farm?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, you're not really gonna defend the tier 2 at this stage, so you might as well get in all the fun that you can.
Yeah.
There's no point trying
Dire's
to
top
defend
tower
it.
has fallen.
It's just an unnecessary risk.
Yeah, well, the group up from Fantastic Five again. They are just sticking together
Radiant's
at the
bottom
minute. They're
tower is under
just trying to
attack.
play this one safe. Just in case there is any... I mean, they have an Aegis, so, you know, the safe is kind of there anyway for them.
Radiant's bottom tower
then
is under
Luna,
attack.
was that the Satanic finished up? It is, so that's going to be coming out on the courier there.
Yeah, it's pushing time.
Tango.
Ooh,
Just looking to
they
split
almost
away
caught
from
Roger there.
Radiant's courier has been killed.
See what
Okay, so
was-
that Satanic gets delivered, but Pasha able to find a courier on the back line once it was coming back.
Radiant's
So,
bottom tower
little
is under attack.
bonuses here for the side of CIS rejects.
Maureen actually going for a glide near? What? Okay. I mean, he has the Maelstrom.
To be able to get the wheel right here onto the ring, will come through, and that's going to be Ultimate Cases will complete it now. Era gets a kill for Mark to the case where they're super over into the gives up with BKB. He looks at the Thunderstrike, he'll run down, so it's going to roll on the back line, so going Swordfill gives back, Supernova going to be taken down by that kill crash from Ramses in this fight. Goes back, chase out, it's going to be Dream Call, Ramses going to have balls as well. You get pretty darn low, the Aegis that's gone, and the Satanic on cooldown for the next 12 seconds as well, so that's a little window here, and the buyback's coming through, he can have enough damage. Ramses is going to get taking that reincarnation death. Ramses has thrown himself away from this now as well. So Ramses himself out of the fight. IO is going to get taken away from it with that relocate and leaving the realm on his own. The right to damage should be enough with that stacks around from the side of CIS Reject around the realm. He's just sweating through these skills with these flames bouncing around. It looks like Luna will go down, but not without a fight. Ramses comes back in. Supernova, that will be pretty sure a dieback there for the LC.
What an insane fight there. Ramses just constantly running around with 100 HP, trying to find something. And even now, he doesn't have reincarnation. He's like, I want nothing to do with this.
Paladin Sword is there though for him. Hasn't picked it up. It's just still going to be the Mind Breaker on him for now. Center onto the IO. IO trying to get himself away whatever way he can, but Ramses will still pick up the kill. So, who actually picked up...
Radiant structures are fortified.
Item-wise, who picked up the Paladin Sword?
I don't think in the middle of that team fight, running around with 50 HP, managing his mana and positioning, he was thinking about neutral item efficiency.
Hey, are you telling me that the fight is more important than neutral items?
Nah, not really.
Is under attack.
It's still there on the steps. No one's noticed it just yet. Well.
It is in a sneaky position.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Pretty easy to miss.
Yeah. I just thought because he was from the creeps anyway, I thought you might have seen it drop, but obviously, yeah, more focus on taking down the
Radiant's
middle
elements.
tower
You
is
can
under
taking
attack.
down Pasha. Just gets that little... Yeah, no. Always going around the other way. Will he see
He
it?
was walking in the direction for a moment and then turn around again. He's like, guys, why do we not have 5 neutral items right now? It doesn't make any sense.
Is that his voice? Have you spent a lot of time in voice chat with Ramses to get that impression of just pitch perfect?
I don't think that is his voice. I've never heard him speak normally. It's always screaming, so I'm not sure.
Okay, fair enough. Fantastic 5R starting to group up. Only Dayrara that's away from it at the minute. And while the smoke comes out from CIS Rejects, they're going to start to move across to the Radiant side of the base swarm. In the mid lane onto these creeps. The orb does come through. Doesn't jump actually to it. As Marine in the trees. Just keeping himself hidden. Will actually show to the creeps, and the trap comes out. It's going to be slowed down. Sounds good for Cookie. He's not actually connected because he is going to be able to face the top of the Rolling Thunder. If you want to try and carry on going, he's already gone to the Starfire. And now with the start of the kinetic field, 2 easy pickups. CIS Rejects.
We do have to note that Luna did
Radiant's
find
middle
and
tower
pick
is
up
under attack.
a Paladin's fight.
And that's the key part, is the picking up the paladin sword.
Because finding it is easy, right? Just drops, but picking it up.
I mean, it's not like it just drops as well. It drops at your feet.
Radiant's bottom
I feel like we're playing Ramses here for something that, you know, it's completely unfair to be going off throwing about. You will be moving on to this tier 3 tower on the bottom lane now as well. Realm gets a kill onto FNG on the other side of the map, but this is going to be, it looks like a Rax in here inside of CIS Reject.
Trading Rax.
Yeah, it looks like, I mean, they're ahead because they already have the melee rack 25 health.
Finish it.
And he's going to be able to get the jewel comes out the roll, so he's going to be able to go with the Rolling Thunder once again. And LC, which moves so far into the enemy base. We have the force to take down this LC before he can move himself away. Well, to take the tower, the Rolling Thunder will be coming out now as well. And that's going to be a death onto the LC. Dead, no buyback. And they keep the racks alive. These illusions from the Luna, though, just a bit of a nuisance.
Luna does find a BKB now, which is gonna help with her maneuverability in fights, but it feels like she still just doesn't have enough right now, because CIS Rejects has so many threats. If you ignore either the Wraith King or the TA, they just kill your entire team, and Pango is so annoying, and because of the Weaver, you can't really focus down anyone.
Yeah.
It just feels like Fantastic 5 needs more somehow. Especially the Puck, who just has a Witchblade and an Aghanim Scepter. Thank goodness he didn't go for a Glide Mirror. Wait, did he sell the Maelstrom?
It looks like he did. Yeah, did he use it to go back for the Axe? Because he already had the Blink, right?
Maybe he just felt desperate? But, oh, goodness.
Maybe. I mean, you can see the net worth difference in between the Puck and the TA. It's nearly double.
Maybe he got confused by the new drop-down menu and accidentally dropped it or something?
Potentially. And I mean, Realm's gonna chase. I say chase. CIS Rejects are gonna opt to back themselves away as Realm is moving up into where they were farming. But there is gonna be another 5-man smoke coming out. And CIS Rejects.
Radiant's bottom barracks are under attack.
I'm gonna try and engage on this Roche. It's gonna be a long one. It's over just under 2.5 minutes actually. Before that comes back up. The bottom lane for the Radiant side is being pushed in. The skeletons as well as the creeps that are just gonna push, because those are super melee creeps now as well. So the timing is on the side of CIS Rejects if they can keep Fantastic 5 out of the base. The next let's say 2 minutes and 20 seconds to take a quick Roche. Once it comes back up, in fact, they might be able to get a pickup here now as well. High ground, rolling through the comes through. Are they going to be able to take down Dayra and rolling through the next on the super dog now as well? Backfire, it's going to be Eli, or at least the Ghost Scepter here from the Snapfire, trying to keep himself alive, but Snapfire is going to be the only survivor, it looks like, because the LC does go down. TA?
Oh, goodness.
Mid-fight. But that was a good time lapse to keep the TA alive in these fights, and now Realm has been brought into this. And the back lines, does IO even get himself out? Because he does have a relocate if they really need it to try and keep Realm alive.
I think Realm should be fine. Because Depressed Kid doesn't have a BKB anymore.
Yeah.
So you can control him, and IO has 20 body rocket charges.
Well, Ramsey's going to try and chase Realm down. Realm, they're trying to trade hits. Ramsey's going to be the tether in by the IO. Do they have enough time to take it down? If you're able to get the kill into the tier now as well, they're taking down FNG already. And it looks like Ramsey's will pop the reincarnation. Will come on, Reckless, the losing team will do the job. Going to trade them onto the Iron Tail, and he gets himself back into danger now. Was that Wraith Fire blast 1 second away? Think like it's going to be there as well. Your Scepter. Use a Dayra. He gives up his life to get Realm away.
Even now, we can see how the TA is still vulnerable, but as I said, there are just too many threats for the rejects. Like, you kill the TA, that's great, but oh, your entire team is now dead.
Yeah, and you can see the blink forwards. There's only the Luna left alive, and CIS Rejects, they can definitely get aggressive here. They've got themselves a Heaven's Halberd, as well as the blink forward, in case Luna gets brave. Speaking about getting brave, he changed his mind. He had the rapier queued up, but he's going to go back for the MKB now.
Precious bounty.
Give us the rapier.
Yeah, Roche, 34 seconds away.
Top tower is under
so it's going to be just perfect timing here for the TA to come back and get themselves in. If you want to try and take this. Ramses with the overwhelming blink queued up, picked up even. Not even queued up.
A king and his court should never part.
Yeah, this Midas is starting to pay off.
You get to lose some beam onto Roger. Roger's going to be able to scoot himself away. But Realm want to carry on chasing here. Just gonna dip
Good luck chasing a Weaver. He has an Eon disc now as well, so it's gonna be really hard to kill him. Even within a duel.
Yeah. And so how does Fantastic Five want to play around on these fights? You know, what's the order of execution they're going to look for on these CIS Rejects heroes?
You just want to make sure that Wraith King doesn't jump your supports.
Yeah.
If your supports survive, you're definitely gonna win the fight, because I don't think either Wraith King
Radiant's
or TA can really fight the Luna one-on-one. So as long as the rest of your team survives in a long fight, you're gonna have the edge. So make sure that you don't lose heroes for no reason.
Realm just coming in with the Lucent Beams for now, not actually committing the Eclipse to this fight. Roche out to just above half health.
Radiant's middle
get
tower
aggressive. Ramses is the
attack.
furthest one forward. And it looks like, well, Realm steps into the pit and the trap does get popped, so has to back himself away.
Eventually Roche is gonna die.
Yeah. This is gonna be the
Well, the
round.
trap damage and the spirits.
It'll be a slow one, but eventually the more DPC is going to be used here. Also, but Abe is going to be picked up. Roller Thunder comes in, but Puck gets deleted here. And now the Roller Thunder is going to connect something to Io now as well. Io's in no man's land. One more right click. He does have a Ghost Scepter of his own. He'd have damage to take him down. They are going to be able to chase, get that kill. And CIS Rejects, they are on the march. Looking for more. Ramses leading the line with the overwhelming blink into the creeps. Realm in the jungle. Where that Paladin sword does still sit.
On the steps, as it should.
He's changed his mind once again. He's only 20 gold away from a rapier here, Realm, if he wants it.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Yeah, he needs one. There we go.
Courier.
So now the game has officially begun.
Ramses as well as Depravskid stepping up to a second lane of Rams. Realm's gonna stand.
Radiant's middle barracks.
Trying to do what he can. Stuck with Depravskid now as well. He has that AD between the overwhelm link comes forward now as well. Realm with the LC, so it wasn't his own BKB. Ramses is gonna get pretty darn low from the right click from Realm. Scepter comes out from Dayra. He's trying to get himself back safe. He's going to be able to change direction. Pasha going to be able to make another move now. The Glimpse comes back onto the Luna together. What I think they're going to be able to get that kill. Well, the reincarnation's already popped. Yeah, Rapier on the deck now. This is going to be a really bad fight for the Fantastic Five. What do they do to get us away from Ramses? Ramses is just going to be walking himself away, but being carried away with the Rapier now. The right clicks on the Evil, the Ghost Step once again after the Starfire. The comes through. The roll up. Ramses gets himself a godlike spree on the back lines. And I think this is going to be, again, CIS Rejects just pick up tier 4s. Did you want to go even further onto this now as well? Depravskid just throwing his right clicks out into the fountain.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
So no round for 60 seconds. Fantastic 5. This is going to be a 3 versus 5 fight with an 8, 3 versus 6. In fact, it might not even be 3 with the blink in the overwhelm and going to clean up the LC. He's forced to buy back, trying to defend, but the Ancient is under so much pressure. He's just playing body blocks here with the side of Fantastic 5, just keeping them away. This will be an easy clean up here for CIS Rejects on that Ancient. In fact, it wouldn't be complete without a couple of dives. CIS, they take it in 2.
Even with all of the pauses, just 2 minutes.